Hello. Let's go ahead and unmute in-game. I am live. Just a heads up, everybody. Everything you say is being recorded. Behave yourselves. Maybe. Good answer.
Hold on. Let me pull up my book of horrible things to say.
Oh no.
I've got them all written down here.
Okay, I think that's everybody lecterns.
Let's go.
Yo.
I can't speak to the lecterns, but everybody is in-game.
You've all found places.
So it would seem.
Yes.
Swapped over, so I'm also recording.
Yay! Live and working as should.
Hopefully, I've had to reset my headset 3 times today just trying to read this book.
Oh, ouch.
I've been only struggling. It has been real.
Okay, welcome. Is everyone ready for the rules, or does someone need to do something or set something up?
I'm ready.
Fair enough.
Ready for rules?
Good to go.
Yeah, we're ready. Or I'm ready.
Okay. Everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you all for joining. Blood on the Clocktower is a real-life social deduction board game by the amazing folks at the Pandemonium Institute. This world is our unofficial digital interpretation of that board game. You're going to receive a role on the good or evil team once you arrive in the medieval village of Ravenswood Bluff. Your role is your secret identity. You will find descriptions of all the roles on your lectern in front of you and on the wall in the tavern room that's being prepared for your visit. Unfortunately, not all is well in Ravenswood Bluff. A demon kills by night and hides as a resident by day. The good team wants to find and execute this demon. If the one demon is dead, the good team wins. It's as simple as that. The evil team wants to destroy the village. If there are only 2 living residents left, the evil team wins. That's it. That's your end game right there. We play the game in 2 phases, day phase, night phase. This is a talking game, so during the day we talk. Generally, good players share their information and tell the truth, but some have incentive not to. Evil players will likely pretend to be one of the good characters while spreading false information. While in Ravenswood Bluff, you may say whatever you want at any time, unless a storyteller, and that's Delta and myself, asks for silence. You can use the buildings in town to hold private conversations. They work exactly like Discord chat channels. You'll hear a sound of a door when you go in and out of them. And you need to keep anything related to the game within this world. You should not send DMs to any other player. You shouldn't do anything like that. Any conversation you have with anyone here in the world should be either directly to them, like talking, or not at all, right? If you have any kind of a problem at all, you're more than welcome to just raise your hand. If you're in VR, yell, hey, I need a storyteller, or you can DM one of us here in game, or you can DM in Discord. It doesn't matter, whatever way you want to get a hold of me or Delta, do it, and we will help you out. If you want to get our attention the absolute fastest, and I'm already regretting what I'm about to tell you, but if you press middle click, or I don't know what is on VR, but you go to the Clocktower menu, there's a book and it says request a storyteller. Go ahead and click it. Why the hell not?
Did it.
Clicked.
I'm hearing 1,000 bells and it hurts my ears so much. We will stop whatever we are doing if we hear one of those bells. And we will basically come right here to the center of town where this fire is and expect you to be standing here. And then we will just grab you and take you into a room and you can have whatever private discussion you want with us. Sometimes, maybe you just have an issue with your stream and you just need to take a break for a second or whatever. Or sometimes you might be evil as fuck and you might want to bluff that you're a good character, and so you might want to just use up some of our time. Feel free to do that if you wish. For literally any purpose. If Pseudo is bullying you, absolutely do request a storyteller and tell me that.
Won't happen. Couldn't happen.
I will. It will be my pleasure to yell at Pseudo for you.
Hit the bell, yell.
Wow. I can't believe this right now.
All right, so listen. That was all during the day, right? You're just gonna walk around, you're gonna talk. During the night, you're going to sleep. You're not supposed to talk about the game state when you sleep. The reason being is us storytellers are going to wake some of you at random times in the night to carry out your ability or to give you information. You are going to hear a whooshing sound before you're being woken up or sent to sleep. Don't say, oh my gosh, what is that whooshing sound? Because then everyone will be like, oh, we know you're going to talk to the storytellers, right? Unless you're metagaming, in which case metagame away. But in general, don't say anything when you're being brought up. We'll give you the information and then we'll send you back. In general, there is a ton of information in this game. Some of it may be wrong. If you are drunk or poisoned in this game, you have no ability to speak of, but us storytellers will pretend that you have the most amazing ability in the world, and we will give you all kinds of information that means absolutely nothing. So, hope you're not drunk or poisoned. But listen, like, at any one time, there's only one drunk and there's only one person poisoned. So, like, what's the odds it could be you? Not very much. It's fine. If at any point you're like, I don't know how this character works or whatever, just like I said, use the ask a storyteller thing. During the day is the greatest time to ask us questions because we're often just floating around listening to stuff, right? This game, of course, is about deception and trickery, and it can be mentally and emotionally stressful. So we just ask always that people respect their fellow players, and the phrase that the Clocktower board game people like to use is kill with grace and die with dignity. And kind of it. The one word of caution I will give you is when you do arrive in that tavern, there's going to be a hanging roll above the window. It's going to say you are the and what you are. If the color is blue, you're a good character. If the color is a reddish color, you are an evil character. Right next to that, it says like touch here for strategy advice. That will take you to the wiki for the board game. And you should go to the wiki page for your character, and you should read the wiki page. Why should you read the wiki page? Well, we've definitely had new players walk out in the middle of town and go, hey, everybody, I'm the Slayer, and I learn who the demon is at night. And then everybody looks at them and goes, that's not how that roll works. We're going to kill you right now. So, highly recommend you read the wiki page. You don't have to read it for every character. Just read it for the one that you are. So at least you know what's up. You know how to do it the right way. And if you're evil and you've decided you're going to bluff as a character, oh my God, absolutely read that page, because you're making up everything as you go along. And if you have not read the page, it's so hard to just make up things with no, facts or background information to speak of. There's a few more rules, but we will give those when they are required. So for now, does anyone have any questions on any of that? It's pretty straightforward. Okay. We are 1 minute away from 15, so
Yeah, I think we're good to go. My anxiety can't take this anymore. I'm freaking out. Let's go. I've never learned a new game in front of this many people. I can feel all the eyes on me.
Have a nice little chat. Share your deepest fears and secrets, and just give us literally 1 minute to set up these rolls.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing that for, buddy?
I'm sitting down.
Oh, okay. To me, it looks like you're like literally like crouched, like I don't
Like a
even know.
chimpanzee.
Yeah, it looks like you're ready to pounce and like rip my head off.
My feet
Right
are.
on your head.
That's tough. That's fair.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Just make that grind set.
The grind set, so true. The crimes.
Erdenshire, the Forgotten Moon, VT, welcome in. How you guys doing?
Rest of my chats and yada yada.
Tell the cat I say meow.
Yeah, sorted.
You.
I got my stuff set up too.
You know, you look stunning today.
I assume you mean
To be honest.
Flair,
Tibia.
right?
Tibia bone. Bone tibia.
Guess what?
Okay.
What?
I get it. No, I like
I didn't mean to jump that high. VT is in my chat, and they say hi.
Yeah, no one's in my chat right now.
Ah! They've chosen me.
Hi, VT.
Hazard, I can hear myself through your mic.
Not again.
Not a big deal. Just in case no one else has let you know.
Yeah.
VT.
I have adjusted this noise gate like 4 times now.
Damn.
I wasn't sure who it was, but I was hearing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, click below.
it's my headset mic apparently picking up my speakers on the headset.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. That's a hard one to figure out.
Because I don't have earmuffs on this headset.
Yep.
It's XR Elite, so it's open.
Oh, neat.
Mhm.
4 segments until it resets. 3.
Flair's being
I
a
didn't
cute
think
cat.
it was
Yes, he is. Look at that full body tracking action. Look at that. He can lift his legs.
I can
He can
move.
dance. Well, he can't dance, but he can try to dance.
No, you're right. I can't dance for shit.
Dance for us, you clown.
I can see that.
No.
Pesby,
I took a lot of inspiration from
thank you for the follow.
Which way am I facing? I need to face this way. I need to face my room.
I was told not to shake my mouse too much because it'll be nauseating for the stream.
Oh, nauseating for the stream. Anyone watching me, just you're seeing what I'm seeing.
I gotta actually wait. Aren't you in third person?
Yeah, so I can see what everyone's seeing, and then I have my perspective up in the corner. But if someone's looking at
Wait a
that
minute.
corner,
So if I stand right here,
I think I fixed
yeah,
ah, I'm on your stream now.
Yeah, let me try one of the free ones.
Gamers.
Yeah.
I think I fixed it. It was on the wrong mic.
Yeah.
stream snipe.
I like this one because it looks like it's
Wait a minute, says Shadow. What's up, Shadow?
I gotta bring the
We're gonna go back over to our lectern.
I assume Hal's just coming back. Yeah, he crashed.
Oh no!
Did you not even notice? Wow.
No, I noticed.
Me?
No, I'm
No,
talking
I was
Pseudo.
over with Flair harassing him.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I now see you in chat.
Bullying as usual.
Pseudo, say something.
Hi,
Say more.
I am Pseudo. I am a fox. I am live. We are
That's too
playing.
much.
You're not a fox right now. You're a dragon.
We're just gonna stand over here now.
Hal gets back, we will start.
Oops. They don't want me to be part of the group, I guess. Wait a minute. This is Resonite. It is Resonite. Good observation.
Can I have my stream
See,
labeled as
I've got mine
Resonite
set
or
instead of as
Blood?
Resonite. Mine's just set as games and demos.
I'd probably
because technically
I mean,
we're in
either one
Resonite,
is
but we're
fine. I'd
playing
probably
Blood, so
put it
Blood.
as the actual game being Resonate.
I'm intrigued by this red dot.
You could also set it to blood on the Clocktower itself. That's the
Yeah.
game.
Either or.
Jiro, there's a red dot.
Doing Resonate and then just having Clocktower or Blood on the Clocktower in the title.
Red dot. Red dot.
Yeah, it's a mysterious
Red dot.
dot.
Red dot. Red dot. Red dot.
Red dot.
Red
Red dot.
Red dot.
Red dot.
Wait,
Red dot.
Red dot.
Red dot.
Red dot.
Red dot.
Red dot.
Oh god.
Red dot.
Red dot.
red dot.
Red dot. Over here.
Red dot spotted.
I like crouch. Oh, I get to
Red-
crouch.
Oh my
I can't
god.
reach low
Giant
enough.
flare reaching for red dot. This is my red dot.
Oh, fine. I'll go back.
Wait a
Is it still
minute.
there? It's gone for me.
We killed the dot.
Ready?
You're so small.
I can't get smaller. I'm limited in how what size I can be. I wanted to be the same size as the dot.
I wish
Yeah,
I
you
could
can
take
limit
you up
it.
like the action figure right now.
I know, right?
How do I look while crouching?
Oh yeah, we're really limited.
Too bad.
Damn, I can't be a giant. I can't step on Paw Inspector.
Import the model.
I heard that.
A
tragedy.
That's switch.
This is my first time actually using this.
No.
Red dot is a sniper. Oh shit.
Hey, Pseudo. You should be small for a second.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I went through the whole. I found a video and I was watching it while I was.
Close enough. Oh my god! Yeah, that works.
Coming over like, yes.
Yes, I know what's happening. I'm coming too.
Yeah, I knew you were getting in here. Alright. I'm resetting. I'm walking away now. I'm walking away from the red dot. And that's inappropriate. Can't believe you guys would do that.
What do you mean inappropriate?
Flare, eat him? No, Shadow, don't encourage it.
You behaved so well.
Be normal, this isn't my stream.
You know them, do you, Magmore?
Hi, Hal. Welcome into chat.
Okay.
Be normal, this isn't my stream. You can do whatever you want. If Hal allows it, I'll allow it. Maybe that's not a good rule. Wait, I take that back!
Say penis,
We're gonna send you to the tavern now.
Alright, here we go.
If for some reason you're not in this beautifully lit room with a window and you're rolling it and you're instead in a very, very dark area, just open your radio menu with middle click and say Clocktower and say return to cabin. Don't do it right now. But if you're not
return
in
to town square be the proper
I think it's just gonna put you where you are
It'll
right now.
change where.
But if for some reason you're not in a nicely lit tavern room, just do that. Sometimes it breaks. Okay, good luck.
Woo!
Okay.
Goodbye!
God, alright. I'm scared.
when I drink
All of my friends may no longer be my friend.
Well,
Oh, I think we all need to do the thing.
is this supposed to look up?
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
this
open your radio
appears to be
menu.
a dark room.
Yep. Return to cabin.
Return to cabin.
This looks
See you.
lit enough.
Okay.
Yep.
I can hear people.
With middle click.
Okay, chat.
Oh, you're in VR.
Don't say anything. But this is our role.
I don't know which button it is, but
Hal.
one of the buttons will just open up a little tiny window.
Hal, if you're still in my chat, you've already lost the game.
Controller.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Who's shouting right now? I can still hear everyone right now.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Interesting.
We can respawn you.
Please observe the following.
I shoot
rules
you
and
through this
regulations.
wall.
I can hear people through my wall too.
I will try to respawn. Oh god, I literally, my screen is too small. Delta, can you do it?
Okay, chat.
I know.
Here's our role.
Jiro whispered to me through the wall.
Here's the information.
I'm looking at myself in the mirror, but it's only my eyes that are showing.
Let's see.
How do I leave my cabin?
Physics on the table, I can't see my roll.
Thank you for the bits, Akikio. Welcome in.
How do I get out?
We are just getting set up. And this is the role that I'll be playing for this game. So if you want to know the rules of it,
Don't announce your rollout.
it's on chat now, or it's on the screen now. You got to read it.
There we go.
Actually, my role is super cool guy.
I don't 100% trust the mute action in the game, so I'm just not reading it out loud.
My role is Cuba's platoon.
Touch for strategy and advice. I can't click it. I'm too short. I see.
Is there a way I can tell who my neighbors are?
Okay, that makes sense.
No boobs holiday. How dare.
Distance.
I'm assuming that's the number of each we have.
Player strategy.
Are we supposed to be able to do something?
Oh, okay.
we're
My
really
neighbors are
late.
just who I was with at the spawn. Okay.
Alright. Let's see.
How's it going over there?
Your father, hello.
Skeleton? Skeleton, are you there? I don't think the skeleton is there.
Okay.
Do we have to turn down like to the whisper volume so we're not heard by everyone?
That's a good question.
Because like it's my mic thing is set to the green right now for nearby. So what if I set to whisper and keep?
Oh god. Oh yeah, that's right. There's no collision on the table. I can't see that. Oh yeah. There's me. Yeah.
Alright, so you can turn that on, but there's a gross purple bubble that surrounds me when I do it.
The purple one was awesome. What do you mean?
Oh, I can jump on this thing though. Oh wait, this is important.
Huh.
Be out here chilling. How's everybody else doing over there, huh? We all having a great time?
Now I'm having a wonderful time.
How are you guys doing?
Yo, what's
I'm
snoozing
doing
over here?
swell.
You're already at Magnolia. Oh, this is the same rules.
Let's try this.
I like how
Can you guys still hear me in game?
Everyone being neighbors, and then Pseudo's just in fuck off nowhere.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
the poor little
How do you guys know you have neighbors? You can see each other?
Look at the table.
There's a table in front of you.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That has everyone's names arranged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know earlier.
Pseudo's like way out over there with my neighbor.
What are you talking about? There's only one empty seat between me and Aurora.
Ah, that's hermit material. You're hermiting, I fear.
Wow. I can't believe this. Anyway, you guys can no longer hear me in game, right?
Interesting.
I don't hear a response. If that mute button ever doesn't work, then I share information I should not be sharing. However, chat, I think we're muted.
A lot of rules, a lot of information.
So we are
I will admit that
the fortune
sometimes,
teller.
After a stream where I end like a little later than usual, I'll go to bed and dream that I have left the stream on, and then I'll wake up in a panic and like fly to my computer and be like, oh.
I'm listening to Hal and feeling how real that is. I have the exact same thing. However, each night we will get to choose two players and learn if one of them is the demon.
But if I ever
The complicated part is that who is the demon can change. There are roles that can become it. And there was more. I had to stop reading the tips and tricks. There was too much for me to try and remember at once. So I'm going to keep it open on the side, and we'll see how this goes.
Retail?
Oh, okay. Unfortunately.
Yo, welcome to the club of suffering.
I work automotive.
Ooh, that must be.
No.
Actually, no, that would probably still suck.
A broken demo disc. Hi, welcome in. How you doing?
It's horrible.
I think I misheard someone. I think I put my maid dress on wrong. Shadow, there was someone wearing a maid dress earlier, but they're not part of this collab.
You should try automotive.
Oh, I'd rather not. Man.
I bet it was Pseudo in the observatory with the lead pipe.
I've been in like a complex service industry, but I've been in a simple one,
I
which is
am
to
not
say
evil this game. So,
I don't think I want that to ever happen.
here's all the possible roles. Blue is good, red is bad.
I do miss working Toys R Us.
And we're the fortune teller.
Play with the toys so you can sell them better.
Now someone else is the Scarlet Woman. If there are 5 or more players alive and the demon dies, you become the demon. So this is one person that could become the demon. So I could ask if someone is the demon and get an answer no, and then later in the game ask about that same person and get a yes, and that would mean they're the Scarlet Woman.
That's okay. I had to work Toys R Us on Black Friday as my first job.
And I think there was something else in there too, right?
Sorry. I'm gonna
That was fun.
It's really broken.
Let me pull this back up.
Interesting.
Remember that the imp can kill themselves and cause a minion to become the demon if they're executed.
Am I supposed to not see anyone?
Kill themselves.
Yeah, we're all just kind of stuck in our houses at the moment.
Cause a minion to become the demon if they're executed. Okay. There's obviously more to expand on that role, but I'm just gonna roll with that information alone and hope it gets us through this game.
Is everyone else's house full of knives?
Erdenshire or Droisening? I don't know what that is. There's so much in this game. The heck is Droisening?
I think that's just the decoration on the table.
Poisoning? Droisening?
False alarm. I also have 3 knives in my house. We're good.
Droisening. They have no ability, but the storyteller pretends they do. You could be poisoned and get a misread on someone. Oh, I could get a misread on someone who's drunk or poisoned. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't want to.
I don't think it mentioned that in the tips and tricks.
You're gonna have to go out into the wilds. You're gonna have to bring 2 leads. You're gonna have to find a couple more cows.
Oh, if I'm drunk or poisoned. Okay, yeah. You can get a lie about someone else and find out the wrong thing about them. Okay, I gotcha.
I'm out of livestock and I am not livestock.
Yeah, because what it could be the I think you might be explaining something slightly different, but I could just straight up be the drunk, right? And think I'm the fortune teller, but I'm actually not. I would assume that if I was the drunk and I was told I was the fortune teller, but I'm not, then I would just never get a yes. And then that would probably become it's clear at some point.
Oh my god.
Let's just rotate this camera behind me for a sec.
Hope you're doing well.
All right.
Anybody here like Tally Hall? I like Tally Hall.
Tally Hall.
Tally ho?
I like
Tally Hall. I love Tally Hall.
What are we talking about right now?
Tally Hall.
The band,
the
Tally Hall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You may know them for the track "Ruler of Everything." It was very popular for a brief period of time.
Yeah,
I bet if I looked it up, I'd remember it.
Do you see bud? I know that whole song by fucking heart, man.
No, I listened to both of their albums just all the way through because I just love both of their albums.
Have you ever heard of Miracle Musical? It's another project by a lot of the people behind Telly Hall.
No, I don't think I've heard of that.
So this is I think a live count of who's in the game, or at least who's what we started with, I guess. Because yeah, we don't have any travelers, we don't have any fabled, and we have 12 people in game.
Check that out. That's interesting.
So
What's the Wi-Fi password?
we have 1 demon and 2 minions. So is the demon one of these 5 roles, or is it that? Oh no, demon. Wait. Wait, how does this work? Is the imp the demon role?
Nice, Juarez. Nice. Just a question. I can mute in game and talk to.
It is the default starting counts. Okay. Default. So then is this not necessarily what we actually have in game?
I have various thoughts that if I don't stay, I will probably forget.
Your information is really valuable, but trust it 99%? Yeah. The demon will be the imp. Okay. Minions are the other 4 roles. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So that's our demon role. And then is this an accurate count of what we have now? We for sure have 2 minions, so 2 of these 4 roles are in play. There are some roles that modify those counts. Okay, so we start with 2, but it can change throughout the gameplay. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute.
Cows get abducted too.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
We meet again. Listen, we need you to pick 2 players.
I should probably have a list of everybody up just on the side permanently, so that's a lot easier to do. Let me do that.
Probably the easiest way, well, you can just jump down and just stand in the fire down there and just look, spin in a circle, and you can read everybody's name.
Oh, yeah.
But in the cabin, there's a desk, and the desk has little tokens for everybody's name as well.
Also true, yes. Let's just start with Flare and Sheem. Those are the first 2 names I saw.
Flare and Sheem. You pick Flare and Sheem, and you learn that no, neither of those players is the demon.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No.
All right, we're gonna send you back. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That was like my first experience with Catan, and I haven't had one since.
I think the first game of Catan I ever had, I started gathering too many materials.
You'll start with
and
2
then someone
minions
else rage quit
and 1
the
demon
table,
for
and
sure
then
for
I
this
never got
game.
to
However,
play
the
again
count
because
out.
they didn't want to play with me because I got lucky.
The count, outsiders and townsfolk may be a bit different. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
They should
Well,
have a
it's not
chessboard so
awesome,
you
but-
can have an in-lobby snack.
Townsfolk, outsiders. Oh, okay. So these are the outsiders then. Butler, drunk, recluse, and saint.
I was talking about the chess pieces, but yeah, I guess pretzels would be good too.
Alright, I need to
That is correct, Shadow.
need to sign
Don't
it
share that information anywhere else.
Alright, I need to look at my information here.
Noting everything down. You can do that, but it has to stay in this chat and this stream.
Darkest Dungeon?
Wait, what?
Has anyone here played Darkest Dungeon? Huh?
I have a little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. Highly recommended if you haven't tried to play
Touch
it
for
through the
strategy
end.
and advice. Oh, there's the external link. Okay.
Stream that before, but
We don't need that. I already pulled that up a different way.
Enter the gungeon, and I'm like,
No, that's not stupid. What?
Oh, okay, here we go.
my son.
Oh, where am I?
Don't moan in my ear.
No, it's daytime.
Welcome.
Wow, hi.
Welcome.
Everything goes dark and I just hear.
Welcome. Welcome, beloved friends and tolerated acquaintances to the damp, accursed village of Ravens Bluff. I know not the unfortunate sequence of events that brought you here, but regrettably there is no escape through the overgrowth to the south, and there's naught else but treacherous cliffs that surround this place. The screams that startled you in the night were from your cherished storytellers, myself, Ari and Delta. Our bodies were found strewn upon the hands of the Clocktower, blood dripping down to the cobblestone below. We were taken unaware by a foul demon that murders by night and hides as one of you here by day. It is your job to find and execute this demon at the end of the day, or at the end of one of the days, unless you have elected to suffer the same fate as us. So now go, converse with your neighbors, find out who is good and who is evil, who to trust and who to fear, and bring this demon to justice for what they have done.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Goodbye,
Alright.
storyteller. Hi, I'm
R.I.P.
Jado.
storytellers.
Alright, cards on the table. Don't ask how I know. It's this
I don't
guy.
trust the skeleton.
It's this guy.
I think that's valid, actually.
You said you had counts. You don't have counts. I had all the counts.
Countless.
Hi.
We're all skeletons.
Anyways.
I love this already. Just blame the skeleton.
That guy. Real notes. On a legit real notes. One of these two are a danger to us. I don't know which one it is.
On a legit real note, it's this guy.
It's not me.
If you need to talk to somebody and maybe find out a little more information, just grab them and go in one of these rooms.
How's everyone doing?
That's true.
And maybe you can get more information.
Rock, paper, scissors. That's how we settle this.
I don't know who to talk to. I don't know if I want to share information. Oh,
The rock, paper, scissors
There-
for information.
hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you down there.
Hi.
I had to look down.
I'm looking at everyone's facial expressions because I'm a good lie detector.
It's not me.
I don't have facial expressions turned on, so good luck with that.
Yeah, no, I'm playing desktop mode, so there's no facial expressions. Good luck with that.
I can see the smile on your face.
What do you do? What are you doing in there? They're having a private conversation. Oh. Because we're just going to intrude on their conversation. Yeah, find out what they know.
I mean, there's plenty of buildings left. You got the bakery here. You got the windmill over there.
Yeah, there's the bakery.
If you really want, you can grab somebody and have a conversation in the cistern, which is real damp and real spooky.
Yeah, but I don't have anyone to trust yet.
Well, just grab somebody and talk to them.
All right, guys, let's go. You guys are good guys. Probably, maybe.
Oh, a little damp down here.
Hi.
A lot.
All right, I'm holding you guys hostage. I'm standing on the stairs here. Tell me everything you know. Hi.
Well, what information are you going to share in return?
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm leaving.
Oh, well.
Later in the game, you can say, well, I'm really this one of the three.
See,
but sometimes people will
here's the problem.
which is a lot of fun.
They can't hear me now. I'm muted.
People playing in the well.
I know. Chat. Chat. I know that Flare and Sheem are not the demon, but I don't know. I don't know whether they are not minions, so they could still be bad. So I'm very hesitant to tell them, because here's the thing: if I say I know that so and so and so and so are not demons, that kind of does that make it pretty clear what my role is?
How's it going, buddy?
Hi.
How's it going? You doing good?
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. If I start talking, the type of information that I share could make it, I think, pretty obvious what my role is, right? So, like, what's the strategy there of, like...
Go into the building. The buildings are muffled,
Yeah,
so
no,
only
yeah.
people within the buildings.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, as soon as I talk to anybody and say, I know a piece of information, they'd be like, oh, so you're this role. And does that matter?
No, well, it's up to you if you want to disclose your role or not, pretty much.
So a thing that folks do sometimes is they do for 3-for-3s, right? So you go into a room with just one other person, you say we're going to do 3-for-3s, you give 2 roles that you aren't, 1 role that you are, and then that way later in the game when you want to reveal your true role so that people trust you and stuff, you can say I gave those people over there my 3-for-3s and this is one of the roles in those, and then those people will go, no, they didn't say anything like that at all, they're a filthy liar, or yeah, no, that totally checks out, right? So it might make sense to give a few people 3-for-3s so that they can kind of back you up, right? But you're not giving them all your info right off the bat.
Rook Pseudo, maybe in the tea house.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna do the 3-for-3 for this one. You two tell the one role told. I'm gonna step out. One of you step out and come get me.
Okay.
I'm gonna trust you two for this play.
The clock did tick. I can't remember if that means we have a minute left or if we're supposed to be leaving now. So.
You see them gathering around the thing.
Get out of here.
Almost 0. Not yet.
Okay, goodbye.
So we're doing the
All right.
3-for-3?
Yeah, so
Sure.
basically say 3 rolls, whatever else, I'll come in, hear the 3 rolls, confirm, yada yadas, I'll be back.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I guess, I mean, I'm not the librarian or the washerwoman, and I'm maybe the investigator.
What? I don't understand what he's expecting us to be doing right now. I thought that we were just gonna all 3 share 3 roles that we could possibly be with each other.
I think just so that we're not, like, colluding information, I guess.
So wait, you're not the what?
I'm not the washerwoman or the librarian, but I am the investigator. And the information that I have is that someone is a baron.
Someone is a what?
A baron.
Okay. Did you just straight up just tell me your role?
Yes, that's I mean, if you know you're good, then you're good, right?
Yeah. I understood the 3-for-3 as being like, say 3 roles you could possibly be. That way I don't know which one you are, but I know it's one of the 3.
That's kind of what I went for, yeah.
But instead you said not washerwoman, not librarian, is investigator. So now I just know you're the investigator. Unless you're lying. You could be lying.
I could be lying. I mean, all I know is that either Sheem or Jiro is the Baron.
Oh,
that
okay.
Does mean return to town square.
Yes. I don't think we had enough time for Flare.
Well, I owe you something on the next night then.
Yes. Oh God.
I don't know what you thought we were gonna do in there, but I completely understood that differently.
If you hear the bell, it does mean return to town square, please.
Okay.
So listen, at this point,
well, we
everyone
just
has
got a lot of
chance to have some
information.
Private conversations. Who are we missing?
Yeah.
I'm just relaunching.
Oh no, they crashed.
They might have gotten
Oh, they crashed?
because they just kind of vanished in front of me while talking. So.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I did see he just launched Resonite right now.
So we'll talk here for a minute, just a little bit longer to give them time to come back. But yeah, at this point, everyone's had a chance to have some private conversations, maybe to, find somebody that you trust in this very, very untrustworthy town. And at this point, what you want to do is, it's getting close to the end of the day. You need to start talking about who among you want to execute. So, if someone has some suspicion, now's a great time to say why you have suspicion on somebody, and just discuss it with the town so that it can be, like a mutual thing with your pitchforks and torches,
Mutual pitchforking.
And then in a minute, when Jiro gets back, we're gonna go to like a sunset type of the day, and then that is what that sound means. That means it is the end of public discussion, and we will open nominations as soon as they return. Hopefully they return.
All right. It's killing time. Who do we think needs to die?
It's not me.
Cool. Thanks. Moving on. Who
Just what an evil person would say.
Problems to be a threat, so I'm just trying to get friends back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Understandable. What say you, crouching skeleton?
I still think it's you.
It's not me.
We have biases already within the circle. Everyone's already throwing fingers at one another.
No, that's just my girlfriend. That's just my girlfriend.
Trying to get me killed. I have no idea who this guy is.
I think we just take both of them out. Just get rid of them, the skeleton and the Hal.
And you don't.
We just start pointing fingers.
You do it.
Moving on, I would like legitimately.
You still don't own any
say
cows.
That I think I currently abstain.
I abstain too. Not enough information currently.
Unless one of you just really knows who needs to die, but somehow I doubt it.
I don't know what I want to do.
Really got it out
The
for
fucking
ya.
Plankton and Karen bit. Fucking every time I look away, you're just gonna start pointing
So-
at it again.
God, yeah.
I was never pointing at you. I
We
haven't done that once this
we
game.
apparently, from Ulrich,
Can we just let these two go?
know that Sheem or
The rest of the
Giro
game, just watch this.
are a minion.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do
We know that
anything.
Sheem is not
So
the
basically,
demon,
what I really want to
but could very well be the minion Baron.
Yeah, that's all I got. Yay! Good job.
I think we should ask about
Should put some
Giro
motives in them.
tomorrow night to further narrow down that role. But there's really no way to say for sure.
Anyone have
Yeah,
anything
I don't
to
think
add,
there's
though?
I don't think
Any
there'd be any point
suspicions you may
in
have in general.
nominating anybody that we know any information about right now.
Of anyone yet, I keep fighting with this game. I think I should be
That's
fine
fair.
now.
Pseudo, next time tell me to wear my headphones. Okay, Shadow.
I probably should have joined in VR, but I'm already currently intoxicated, and I feel like it would have been a bad idea.
Okay, it is
Jiro is
that
back!
time. Listen, I have more rules to read.
Oh boy.
Each day, the village may execute a resident after nominations open. You can nominate 1 time per day, and you can be nominated 1 time per day. If you want to nominate, just say your name and then the person who you wish to nominate. For example, Burrito nominates Delta.
Did you?
I mean, I've done this as an example for 3 years now, Delta. Come on.
I know.
Will, why do you always act like it's the first time? Listen, we'll then ask for Arito's accusation. I will get until a large candle burns out. I know that's not going to make any sense right now. It will in a second. And then, even though I don't want to, we're going to ask Delta for their defense. And Delta's also going to get until the large candle burns out. Once Delta and I have both spoken, if anyone else wants to chime in once those candles are burnt, just say whatever you want at any time, right? If you go, oh my gosh, no, Delta is so suspicious, like, say why, right? Or if you think that I'm the suspicious one, say why. If you think that Delta has done nothing but good in this world, you know, make that known. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start the vote. There's going to be a clock and it's going to spin around. None of this is going to make any sense at all. There's going to be scales, and then the scales are going to fill up with skulls as you vote. You have
so
a little
much sense in a little bit.
It makes no sense right now. Trust me, it don't make sense. On your left, you get this little torch. It's not lit up right now, but if you click it, and only once somebody makes a nomination, the torch will go up, and then that means you're voting for that person to die who is highlighted in red. So the person who got nominated, you want them to die if your torch is up. If you move your torch down, you don't want them to die. When the clock hand passes you, it will take the flame away from your torch, and you will no longer be able to move it. So one by one, so for instance, say Delta was sitting here, Delta gets nominated by me, it's going to start with Pseudo, they're going to get a chance to lock in their vote, and then it's just going to go around one by one until it goes all the way back around, and because Delta got nominated, it will stop at Delta. Delta will have the last chance to move their vote up and down on themselves, right?
It's a fixed timer though, right? So it's not like I have a chance to sit here and think about it. It's like I've got like a couple seconds to decide.
Like you have the whole amount of time while people are talking, and then when the clock spools up, you have all that time, and then when it starts making a loud clicking noise, that's when it's locking in votes. But you are correct. At that point, it's going to go around and lock in votes. It's not waiting for anybody. So listen, like if somebody wants to do some like sketchy stuff, like if someone wants to like lower their vote at the last possible second, just be careful because there might be lag. It might not work if you actually do wait for the last second. So, you know, give it a few times to see how it rolls and everything. So listen, votes need to be at least half of the number of living residents, or the nomination will fail. You have a lot of living residents right now, so you need at least half of the people need to vote yes on somebody for it to work, right? I highly suggest you do murder someone. I know it doesn't sound great. I know it sounds like, you know, like murder. It sounds like Salem witch trials, but that's what this game is. It's all about that. But check it out. There's some roles that gain information when people die. So it can be beneficial to murder. And listen, it was probably an evil player anyways, right? Exactly.
Better odds than the casino.
So listen, say we have Delta on the block, we got half the votes on Delta, and all of a sudden town realizes, holy shit, we've made a huge mistake. It's actually a Rito. Well, you can do one of two things. If you get more votes on me, I will now be on the block, okay? Being on the block doesn't mean you're executed. It just means if no one else gets more votes than you, you will be executed at the end of the day. If town is like, listen, we can't do this at all. We don't know. We just don't know. If any votes ever get tied, it cancels everything. So say Delta got like 7 votes, then I get 7 votes. It's a tie. Nobody gets killed. Okay? That's the friendship ending.
Yes.
You can't win this game with friendship. Very sorry. So listen, you have unlimited votes right now, but let's talk about what happens if you're the person who's killed by town, or if you're killed tonight. In Ravenswood Bluff, death is not the end. If you die either way, you're still a major part of the game. You will become a ghost, but you are not eliminated. You're still going to talk, you're still going to sleep, you're still going to win or lose with your team, right? You will, however, lose your role ability. It's somebody just put a big cross, like an X, through your whole ability, and you will no longer be able to nominate people. And instead of unlimited votes, you get one vote, which we call the ghost vote. You should save your ghost vote for when there's only 3 players left, because that's the last day of the game. And because the majority of people will be dead, the ghost votes will decide who wins the game. So the ghosts are the most important players in town. Plus, guess what? If you're a ghost, you are almost certainly not the demon, right? Like, there could be a way, but if the game's still going, the demon's still alive, right? So ghosts are slightly more trustworthy than the living. And remember, whether you're a ghost or if you just go, I don't know, the roll's not that great. In this game, it doesn't matter. What matters is your voice. If you can convince town of something, whether it's true or false, you win, right?
Yeah.
So with that all said, any questions? No? Well, the nominations are open.
Okay.
I guess I do have a question.
So if you do want to nominate, say your name and then the name of the person you wish to nominate.
Ulrich, you have a question?
So,
Yeah, my question was, do we have to nominate someone?
You do not. So let's talk about like numbers here, right? So right now we have 12 people?
Yes.
If you kill no one in the night, the evil team will kill someone. Then tomorrow, if you kill no one, that's fine. Then the evil team's gonna kill somebody.
Right.
Do you see where this is headed?
So if we don't choose to kill someone, then the demon kills someone anyways.
If you kill, well, every game day, 2 people are gonna die. The town as a whole gets to decide who dies during the day, and the evil team decides who, or the demon decides who dies during the night. So if you always elect
Summer,
to do
welcome
nothing,
in.
you're letting the evil team do whatever they wish.
Okay.
So you gotta, you know, take your own destiny, and you gotta do what you want with it, right? And if that means murdering your neighbor, then that means murdering your neighbor. Listen, they'll probably forgive you one day.
Then I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna start this one. Mr. Flair nominates Chiron for death.
Okay, I heard Mr. Flair nominates. Is it Charius?
I assume
Charius.
Charius, yeah.
I couldn't read the last letter. My VR set is bad.
I can hear you guys all a lot
tell
better
us
now.
why you're nominating.
I am nominating Charius simply because of the pure hatred against Hal, who deserves no hatred, has only been shown hatred against, wants to survive, wants to live, and is only voting, vote Hal, become hatred against Hal. Hal does not deserve.
Okay.
That is all.
Well spoken.
Well done, well done. Charius, what is your defense?
It's not me. But you have made it. The second I get my cows back, 300% prices for you.
I accept that burden.
So listen, we are now going to start this vote. If you wish for Charius to be executed, you should raise your torch there on the left. And if you do not, you should leave it alone. Or you could scare Charius and raise it up and then lower it.
I do not fear death.
I support this vote.
You are death.
The extra loud music means this is enough votes.
This is sad.
Just because the cow bear.
Let the chaos begin.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
We needed 6. That was 7 votes. Charius is on the block. Do we have any further nominations?
I, as someone who knows things, would like to defend the skeleton by saying that I trust that one over this one.
Then it's
I would
too
like,
late.
Your pal Hal,
It's
would
still
like to
you.
nominate
It's still
Goblin.
you. It's still you.
Hal would like to nominate Goblin. Hal, please tell us why.
I would like to explain to you folks, each of you, I'm not appealing to your empathy, nor your sense of morality. I know things. I will not reveal to you how, but I do. One of these two is evil, and I believe it to be this one, with all of my heart.
Okay.
Okay. Goblin, your defense.
So besides like with all your heart, what actual evidence do you have? Like I'm bad at all? I feel like I'm just being pushed on
welcome
because
in.
like your friend is on the chopping block, which I do feel
My
bad
friend?
about.
That's my wife!
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know your relationship. Your wife is on the chopping block. That's extra sad.
Oh, God.
But like I did nothing. I was troubleshooting my game the entire time.
I can't offer rebuttals. God damn it, I should have been more thorough.
It is time to vote. You need more than 7 to put Goblin on the block. And if you tie with 7, Charius will be taken off the block.
Yeah, I'm chill with
I
that.
didn't even vote for your wife.
That's nice of you. I know things. I see in your eyes. You can hide nothing from me. What do you mean,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 4 votes is not enough.
Damn it!
Do we have any other nominations?
How do you activate it? It's tempting. It's tempting.
It's tempting. Let's hear it.
I'll bide my time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not hearing any other.
Bone cow.
We have a storyteller ping. Does someone need to talk to the storyteller?
Yes.
Yes. Me too as well.
What are you guys colluding about over there? The two standing next to each other need to both talk to the storyteller.
I don't know how to turn on my torch.
Oh, isn't it just clicking?
So did you see my messaging chat? I did, Summer. I am not able to respond to everything during this game because usually I do have to mute. And this game involves a lot of in-game talking.
So you were clicking this right here?
Yeah.
Well, right now it's not going to do anything.
Should we say any suspicions we have from what Town says?
I'll take a look at it. I'll make sure that it's working.
Yeah, I mean, as long
Any
as
other
you are
nominations?
just participating in
this is
this
your
stream, that's
final
perfectly
call.
fine. If you want to instead watch multiple streams, then I would ask that you just enjoy having more knowledge than most people would. But if you're just hanging out here and only here, by all means, we can definitely play together.
I feel.
That might be
Only
worse
the
than
stream
being
pegs
executed.
sent me your way? Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely collab on this as long as it's
I'm
just
literally
like
hearing
you
nothing.
only
We
have the
10
information
more
that I do.
seconds for nominations.
It's been an hour.
I'm cool with this. I mean, the skeleton's already an undead. Like that just screams.
You shut your
Wow, that hour went
The town has decreed that Charius must die.
I think
Charius,
had something.
how would you like to die?
It's okay.
I mean, it's happened once. Can I be burned to death?
Absolutely. Charius is thrown into the flames in the center of town and is burned to death, probably again?
That's
Probably again.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And
you're a ghost.
You're the
with
ghost.
Charius dead, that does mean that you're all going to sleep.
Betty
Okay.
Stay away. They dead.
Okay.
They're gone.
In theory, chat,
All you need to know
we are
is
muted in
karma
game.
collects all debts.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
In due time.
Okay, they cannot hear me.
You're doing well, eh?
So let's talk about what we know, chat.
Talk to them.
Yeah, I'm also ad break.
We know somebody is the demon,
well,
the imp,
The things on the table.
and that each night they're gonna choose someone.
I don't think so.
Or no, yeah, each night they're gonna choose someone to die.
I believe.
We know
Have like a reverse gesture
that
roll for
someone,
not to be executed.
either Sheem or Jiro,
I do kind of wish there's like a true gesture.
is the Baron. And the Baron only has an ability at the beginning of the game. They choose 2 more people to be the outsider role. So we also know that if we look in game, instead of having 2 outsiders, we have 4 outsiders in play. So we know from our question that Sheem is not the demon, and from Ulrich's info that Sheem could be the Baron. And then we know that Jiro could also be the Baron. I forgot to mention that. We know, supposedly, and I think it's probably true, that Ulrich is the investigator. Now, Ulrich did read all the roles ahead of time, so it's possible that they metagamed this. But I think it's unlikely that anyone playing right now is lying about their role and able to say what that role is able to do.
This is my first time playing this. However, I did watch a playthrough of this, so
I assume I'm still muted.
knowledgeable as to what's going on here.
I do think this game's strength over Town of Salem is the
Yes, okay, I just want to make sure, because they happen to be talking about something very similar. So we know that they are the investigator, and that all they do is start with that knowing the information that they have already shared. And that is it. So they are almost certainly completely innocent here and not a person of interest for the rest of this. Now, Erdenshire, you had mentioned your pal Hal mentioned, what did you say? Your pal Hal mentioned some info on their neighbors, which sounds an awful lot like empath. Okay, so let's look that up. Reiterating though, dead rolls are not revealed. They still win with their team. They still have 1 ghost vote. Okay. Good note on the Baron. Yes. One of the outsiders is the drunk, which won't be able to self-identify. You may only find 3 outsiders. Okay. So let's see here.
Hydrate, you bastard!
Hey,
Hydrate!
Karakitsun, welcome in. Absolutely, let me take care of that hydrate quick. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah,
She's taking care of me over here. I appreciate it. Pseudo, can you let me know on this Steam when you were gonna add me into VR chat? I'm not adding anybody on VR chat. I'm not really active on there right now. So I'll have to worry about that later. Okay, so empath. Each night you learn how many of your 2 alive neighbors are evil. Yes, that makes so much sense, Erdenshire. Let's take a look at the wheel. So Hal specifically said they know things and pointed to those 2. Yes, I think that's a really safe role to lock in there. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that you have just identified that role. Especially because it's everyone's first time. They don't know all the rules, so they don't know quite how they need to play in order to hide that information. I think it's 2 on the head. I think what we do then is we pull Hal into into a room, and we let them know that we know who they are, and then we share who we are, and we create an alliance there. Chat, do you have any obligations to that? Okay. I also think that when it's our turn to get some information tonight, we ask about Jiro, because we already have some information on them. We know they could be the Baron. Let's just keep building that profile. And then let's ask about... Well, so here's the thing. Yeah, let's ask about Jiro and Goblin. Your pal Hal said that one of his neighbors was evil. So we're either gonna get a no, and it's not really all that helpful because either one of them or both of them could still be minions, or we get a yes, and then we've got to narrow that down a little. Well, if it's a yes, then we know it's Goblin. Well, we don't know that. Let's just see what that information does for us. Hello.
Who would you like?
Jiro and I'm already forgetting what I said. I got distracted there. Goblin.
Jiro and Goblin.
Yes.
Yesterday you did, it was Sheem and Flare, right?
Yes.
Okay. You pick Jiro and Goblin, and you learn no.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, one of those players is the demon.
Okay.
I apologize. The no is incorrect. The yes is correct. One of
Got
those
it.
players is the demon.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep, we're going to send you back. Best of luck.
Okay, there we go. Chat, we just learned incredible information here. Axel, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Party of 5 playing VR chat. I hope you had a really great time. I don't have a ton of time to do an intro here. We are playing a social deduction game that has its entire thing is played with talking in game. And I realized I forgot to turn the game up there, so that was some really quiet information. I'm sorry. I have the game turned down so I can talk in this room. So we have until it's morning, which should be coming up really soon here, to be muted, and then we're going to have to talk with everyone that's in the game. But welcome in. I hope you're having a good night. Jade, welcome in. Hi, how's it going? Mojo, hi. I promise not to be sus. Okay, thank you, because my brain is fried trying to figure out this game. This is a mental game, and you guys are welcome to play. You guys are welcome to discuss the information that you learn in the game here, and we can work together on trying to play our role. I just ask that if you do that, this is the only stream you watch from this. Or you can go watch all the streams that are linked in the pinned and enjoy having way more information than everyone else in game and probably having the whole puzzle figured out before everyone, but please don't share any of that information. It's time to unmute.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff.
The no yes flip leaves you a little hesitant about the universe. I understand, Ernshire.
We are here to tell
I understand
that Mr. Flare is now dead.
Oh, wow, okay.
They have died in the night, and if you look over at the graveyard, the graves are starting to pile up. You have the graves of Delta and I, you have the grave of Charius, and you have the grave of Mr. Flare. You need to stop this. You need to find this demon. Go talk amongst yourselves, strike deals, figure out who's lying. Best of luck.
Where is Ulrich? We didn't get to finish our conversation last time. Ah, yes, let's go into the well. It's right here, isn't it? Yeah. The well.
If we go into it, can we go into the well?
Yes.
I don't want to go into the well.
We go into the well. I'm still in fly mode. Whoops. Okay. And I would rather not be. Whee! Yeah, I know. I'd rather have it off. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of people. Hey.
Mr. Flare. Hi, you can be in here. That's fine.
Oh, there's also...
Yes, that's fine. Hey.
Hello.
That's fine.
Trusted. Okay, so I'm learning. My brain is expanding larger than I've ever had it expand before.
Yes, but the information that I have is only for you. Pesby, I'm sorry. Can you please leave the well?
Yes. I will leave. It's affected.
I know,
It collects rainwater. It doesn't pump water from the ground. Huge difference.
I gotta remember to turn this game up. Whoops, I had everybody turned way down. I could hear it fine, but stream probably couldn't. There we go. Okay, now everybody should be nice and loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you shared with me yesterday that you were the investigator.
Yes.
I think that checks out. I will share with you that I am the fortune teller, which means each night I pick 2 players and learn if either of them could be the demon.
Okay.
And I have learned yesterday, or last night, that either Jiro or Goblin is the demon. And the first night I learned that Flair was not, so I'm very sad to see that you are dead.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of, I trusted both of you, and then I died, and I'm like, well, I put my faith in the wrong immediately.
Now here's the thing. Yesterday during voting, your pal Hal said that he knows one of the people next to him is evil. Now,
so one of his
Charius has been eliminated, and we're still here. The other person that was next to him is Goblin, one of the 2 potential people that I know to be a demon.
Okay.
So I think we need to eliminate Goblin.
Okay, that does check out, because, yeah, so the information I had is that someone is a Baron, and it was either Sheem or Jiro. So if Jiro is the Baron, that means he can't be the demon.
That's true.
Maybe.
That's also true. Okay, I gotta go talk.
However,
yes,
I do have a question for you there. There's the thing. Whoops, the thing that says the Night Order. Are the roles on there to be believed?
Are the roles on the Night Order to be believed?
Yeah, because is that just showing like the general order that
So
like things go?
That is the order that us storytellers will wake up those roles. So,
Okay.
for instance, you could, if you want to go down a rabbit hole,
I gotta
literally count the minutes that are happening in the night and go, there was not enough time to bring up a player between like me and the end of the night or me and the beginning of the night, and you can like go, even though there's 6 roles here, there was only time to bring up 3.
I gotta go.
So
Wait, no, I have
3 of these are
information.
false.
I know you do.
Now, you could be wrong. Like,
well, that's what I just want to like open up as much information as possible, because I did see that there may be a poisoner also. So take my information with a grain of salt. I may have been poisoned on the first night, which means my information is false. So I'm only telling you what I know, but I don't know if I know it. I hope that clears things up. All right, let's.
Oh
go.
yeah, that makes things so much clearer.
beautiful. Just Clocktower things.
Your pal Hal. I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, I think this will work.
I am trusting that nothing funny is going on around here. Who is that? Is that Flair?
Oh, that is Flair.
Okay, so I believe that you are the empath.
Yeah, I'm not very good at hiding it. You believe correctly. I totally.
I
like,
had
placed all my fucking
help.
cards on the table.
I have some experts in chat that know the roles and were like,
Yeah, I read
yeah.
that message and was like, yeah, I was very obvious about it, but that makes sense. But
so,
I
but
will
this
tell
is
you,
so. Yes.
Full disclosure: after Sky died, I had 0 evil neighbors. I was told I had 1 at first. However, that being said, Sky was the librarian. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you were told
They
you had
sold
0.
me.
You were told you had 0 evil neighbors. Okay, hold on, stay here.
As of last night, yeah.
Hold on. Where is Pa? I'm gonna step in here and I'm gonna interrupt. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but when you guys are done, Ulrich, I need to speak with you. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, Mojo. Why are you playing Pants of Exiles?
I'm interrupting your conversation again. Just be aware I'm here. Do you need me to leave?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just
That's
chilling.
okay.
Okay. I don't know anything about you yet, Pesby, but that is okay. Okay.
I'll get my 3 if you want.
No, because we're running out of time. So Hal, I know your role.
Okay.
My role is the fortune teller, and I learned last night that either Jiro or Goblin is the demon. And if you're saying that you had 0 neighbors,
well, yeah, that means it can't be Goblin because I mean, Sky. Can I tell you something really quick? Because Sky, after revealing to me that they were librarian, told me, in fact, that they know that either Goblin or I think it was Aurora are an outsider, and they said one of them is the Saint.
Who said they're the librarian?
That was Sky. She's dead. She also left because she kept crashing. But
I see.
She's quite dead.
I see. So.
Oh, we have to go back, I think.
And who did?
I believe you to be correct.
We do need to leave, yes, but who did Sky say?
Aurora or Goblin?
Okay, thank you.
The Saint.
Hey, Studo.
We're out of
I don't
time.
think we have enough time.
No.
All right. We did get the. Was that the bell?
Yeah, I crashed.
Chat.
I'll tell you, Sky left because she kept
What the hell just happened?
It is nearing the end of the day.
What does this information mean? We now have 2 people claiming to be the librarian.
Yeah, it happens. Production game, you know how it is.
It's true.
No, like I said something to you, and you're like over by the graves, and then you just like disappeared. I'm like, I'm so sorry for your wife. You winked out of existence.
Someone's lying, probably a minion. You obtained a lot of information, and someone is false. Yes. Yes. I'm with you guys here, but now I don't have time to parcel this information, and I don't know what to think.
We will everyone's townsfolk.
Oh, if you're looking for chariots,
Okay.
they left, they were crashing quite excessively.
If
so
it would make sense,
they just gave up.
it would make sense if Charius was.
Did they crash like a ton of times?
Yeah.
If Charius was a minion and lying, right? I don't know. I don't know exactly what makes that possible, but if they were lying and they're not actually the librarian, but they got eliminated, and that's why Pal's number went from 1 to 0. That would line up. That would make sense why it went from 1 to 0.
That sound.
Clues
does
may be
mean
dropped
that
in town chat
nominations are
too.
open
Yeah, I
once
know. We really need to
again.
listen. So much to
Now
pay
that you
attention
have all
to.
this beautiful information, clearly you know exactly who to execute. So who's going to be nominated?
I'm gonna start.
Say your name.
My name is Jiro, and I'm gonna nominate myself, Jiro.
Jiro nominates Jiro. Please tell us why.
So my role is to be, a really good deer, and I know I'm messing up some people's readings here. I've talked with the investigator, and they've told me that I'm messing up their readings a little bit. So if it provides any clarity on the investigator's part as to who the evil person is, I offer to nominate myself.
What a hero.
That's kind of
Okay, we are going to start the vote. You need at least 5 votes to put Jiro on the block.
This animation is so cool. I love this.
Yeah, I love the little details.
Jiro
on
suggested
this.
they're an investigator in play. What do you mean by that?
Under good conscience, I just can't.
That went way too fast. I didn't get time to think about that.
I mean, if you're literally asking us for it, I mean, I'm
Thank you for that, Back Jackson. Welcome in.
Unfortunately, 3 votes is not enough. Do we have any other nominations?
I'm sorry, Jiro. Maybe we'll kill you tomorrow. The fuck?
Hello. It is I, Ulrich.
Okay, so we usually use the pitchforks as basically like hand raises, but, just medieval ones. Do you have something to say?
I do, yes.
Please.
Information I've gathered leads me to believe Goblin might be a bit suspicious. I nominate Goblin.
So Ulrich nominates Goblin?
Yes.
Ulrich, please tell us why.
Well, so as an investigator, I've learned that there may be a Baron among us. The Baron takes regular townsfolk and turns them into outsiders. Jiro, sweet Jiro, might not be an outsider by choice. So while it has been a pleasure for him to nominate himself, I don't think he has any fault to nominate himself. The information I've gathered has placed his name on Goblin, and being the only information I have, I'm gonna roll with that.
Goblin, what's your defense?
Wouldn't the Baron also be able to make me an outsider too by that like logic? Because like I don't know, like I haven't done anything to anyone. I've just been mining. I did my 3 for 3. I can do the reveal for what I am if that would clear my name. Recluse.
I'm unsure of that.
Yep, but
I'm going with the information I have.
Okay, we're gonna start the vote.
I do not believe it is Goblin. I will not be voting on this.
They were in my church. Demons can't go into church, we all know.
So I gotta head to the church right now. Let's
Unless they're pretending not to be a demon.
a demon, I am not.
Unfortunately, 4 is just one shy of putting Goblin on the block. Are there any other nominations? No. Well, I'm going to say last call. You have
again?
no. You have already been nominated.
Nominated twice.
Everyone can only be nominated once, and everyone can only nominate once.
What's
So,
what's the win condition for the villagers?
So the good team must execute the demon during this phase of the game. The evil team must get town down to 2 living residents. So currently you have no one on the block, meaning if I say like days ending in 10 seconds and nobody gets put on the block, you are forfeiting your chance at today's kill.
I pseudo nominate Jiro.
Oh, okay.
Pseudo cannot nominate Jiro because Jiro has already been nominated by themselves.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But you can make a different nomination.
No, thank you.
Wow, way to stand down.
Yes.
Oh.
I actually nominate.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't hear it.
Nominate
sorry.
Pseudo.
I nominate Pseudo.
Pesby nominates Pseudo. Please tell us why.
He wanted to kill Jiro. And he's been acting real sus lately.
Oh my god.
This is true.
Telling me to leave the well. What were you talking about in there?
Can I answer that immediately, or should I wait for my... Oh, is that my candle? No, that's
their
my candle.
but
Okay.
It has burned out, so Pseudo, your defense.
Pesby, I believe you were in the room with Hal and I when I shared information that would prove that I was not the demon or a minion. So I'm surprised by this, but also I have information to suggest that I might know who the demon is, hence the nomination earlier.
And who would that be?
Jiro.
Well, why would
So you think-
Jiro try and kill themselves if they're the demon?
All right, we're gonna start the vote here. Vote on Pseudo. You need at least 5 votes.
So do you think Jiro's the imp? Is that what you're saying?
The imp is the demon role, so yeah, one of us is the imp for sure. And I don't know why Jiro nominated themselves unless it's thinking that the if you kill yourself this way, another minion becomes the imp part of the rules. But that, I think that's implying or talking about during the night, not this. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of time to think about all this. It moves fast.
Unfortunately,
Each
3
night.
votes is not enough to put Pseudo on the block. You currently have no one on the block, and I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds in this day.
Somebody kill somebody. Let them join me in salvation.
Well, we just shared information with more of the village than I intended. But things are getting heated really fast.
That makes sense.
You'd rather the demon has to kill themselves at night. That's what I assumed. Thank you for confirming that.
The town has unfortunately decided that peace is the only option. No one dies, and everyone goes to sleep.
I appreciate that, Erdenshire. That's the not reinforcement, but basically that I need. Like, I'm like, oh, what did I just do? So I appreciate it. Okay, so let's see if I can not make the same mistake. I'll turn the game down for now, because now everybody can kind of talk to each other, and there's a lot to hear right now. Okay, so I got confused earlier. There's an important thing here. Let me pull this over. Let me switch over. There we go. I've been taking some notes. And when I heard that Sky was the librarian, I looked up at my notes on Ulrich and saw librarian and panicked, because Ulrich says that they are the investigator. But that doesn't actually... I thought they said they were the same role. And that's why I panicked, and I was like, holy shit, what's going on? This is crazy. Because also, apparently, Sky being the librarian pointed out 2 names, just like Ulrich did, and that reinforced the idea in my head that they had the same role, and one of them was lying. But that's not the case. So I need to learn what the librarian does, and why when Sky was honestly the librarian, what were the names meaning? Because I didn't get to hear everything that Hal was telling me. I was kind of freaking out about the fact that I thought I had 2 people claiming to have the same role. So let's look this up. The librarian, you start knowing that 1 of 2 players is a particular outsider, or that 0 are in play. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So you start knowing that one of two players is a particular outsider, whereas the investigator starts knowing that one of 2 players is a particular minion. Yeah, I got those conflated. I thought they were the same thing, and I was panicking. So I don't think we have conflicting information. I think we might have Sky is actually the librarian. But if that's the case, then why did Hal's number for how many of his neighbors are evil go from 1, meaning either Charius or Goblin are evil, to 0? Something's not adding up. I'm missing something. In the physical version, everyone might have a summary card of the current script, but it's a very summary. Yeah, gotcha. If there's a poisoner minion in play, they may have been poisoned on night 2, meaning their info was off. And that's what you're thinking may have happened to me when we were told no and then yes. Was I reading that right? Hal may have been poisoned. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. So I think tonight we need to narrow down whether Jiro or Goblin are indeed the imp. We need to ask, I think because we focused on Jiro around the circle, we need to ask about Jiro and someone that we pretty much trust. Good choices. Redo Jiro versus Goblin. But then we would get the same answer, right? Potentially. I'm wondering if we should do Jiro versus someone that we know is safe and see if we still get a yes.
I've still never drank any Faygo in my life, and that's probably for the best, but I'm...
Yeah, Jiro versus unknown is right. Okay, so who are we most confident is right? Probably ourselves? I mean, the only way that we're not the fortune teller is if we're the drunk. And that's still... Yeah, that's still not... Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard a single person call Faygo Fayo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've heard before. I've heard several call it Fayo.
Yeah, Jiro and yourself. And I didn't get to hear who Hal said Sky had pointed to, or what outsider he said that they were talking about. Hal said that Aurora and someone else were potentially between the two of them. One of them was a particular outsider, and I did not get that information down, and I'm upset about that because it kind of feels like tomorrow running back and asking him to restate that information would maybe be a waste of time. I think, depending on the information we get tonight, we're gonna grab Ulrich, Hal, maybe Pesby, because Pesby's been suspecting me. At least with those three, get them in a room together and share with them what we know. Not necessarily a waste of time to re-ask, especially if you can recruit them into a worldview if you trust them. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. The intent is to share our information and try and nail down a demon that we want to nominate and get eliminated and get people to vote for that. And as part of that conversation, we will get Hal's information again.
Okay, am I in a stressful situation? Is this situation a little stressful? I don't sense no stress.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
I'm actually like shaking right now.
Yeah.
This is very intense. Okay, we gotta focus. I'll remember to turn up the game this time.
Hello.
Hi.
Who would you like?
Jiro and myself.
Jiro
and Pseudo.
Yourself. You pick Jiro and yourself, and you learn that yes, one of those players is the demon.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna send you back. Best luck.
I think we have our demon.
I had my UK friend visit here in Texas, and he cannot handle the.
Chad, I think the odds
I believe it.
that we are being misled is slim here.
Yeah.
I want candy.
So far,
I still have candy.
Isn't that a song?
almost everything is adding up. The one thing that doesn't add up is why Hal's number went from 1 to 0. But there's two possibilities. Either one, Charius was lying, or number two, Hal was poisoned. And Hal may have been targeted because Hal was vocal in the first night.
But like, oh my god, that movie sucks.
There's a high probability that Jiro's dead yeah! Erdenshire, you're so right! I didn't even think about that. They're going to eliminate themselves in order to get the role passed on to someone else. Of course they are.
It was a product of that
Ah!
It was a product of that time where Illumination had like no identity as a
Of course!
studio outside of Despicable Me.
Which nights was Hal poisoned though?
Anyway.
True.
But like they were still kind of getting their footing, and they thought, well, what's a
I
better
think
marketing ploy than making a movie for a holiday?
most likely, Hal was poisoned the second night. Jiro was the imp. Jiro has now eliminated themselves. We'll find out in a few seconds. And now, it could be then Sheem. So if Jiro was the imp, we can say Sheem is the Baron.
Good morning.
So Sheem is one of the potential new, but not necessarily the only one.
As you awake, you learn that Jiro has died in the night.
Saw that coming.
Uh-oh. Jiro has died in the night. Jiro has died in the night. And listen, the graves are beginning to pile up. You gotta do something about this. Go have chats.
Before everyone leaves the circle here, I just want to share that if Jiro was indeed the imp and eliminated themselves, that means one of the players who was a minion is now the imp and the demon, and who we need to eliminate. So it's possible a role has just changed.
Why would he do
Interesting.
You for a moment.
Whose conversation?
But I'm good.
Who's gonna walk away?
Do I still show up as evil on your thing?
May I speak with you?
You're not supposed to share that information.
What did you say?
No, nothing. Pesby.
You want to talk?
Yes, I do. And I want to talk to Hal and Ulrich as well.
Okay.
I was kicked.
Let's see here. They're having a conversation. Okay. Let's not dilly. Who's in here? Who's a ghost? Is this Shiro?
Hi. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. So
you're the fortune teller, right?
yes, and every night I pick two players and I learn if one of them is the demon. And 2 nights ago, I picked Jiro and Goblin. And I was told yes. Now last night, I picked Jiro and myself, and I was still told yes. So that narrows it down to Jiro, unless there's some really messed up stuff going on that I am not aware of. But I'm pretty confident in that information. That would also explain why Jiro tried to eliminate themselves yesterday and why they ended up dying last night. So I am fairly confident that Jiro was the imp, and now one of the people who was a minion before is our new imp.
It was Goblin and who else?
The first night, it was Goblin and Jiro, and one of them was a yes.
Okay. And what was the second night?
Jiro and myself, and it was a yes.
Huh.
So, if it's a yes both nights, and I know that I'm not the imp, because either I'm the fortune teller, or it's possible that I'm the drunk and being lied to about my role, but even if I was the drunk, that's still not an evil role. So, that's a way for me to get a like guaranteed answer, at least as far as I know. There might be a rule I'm not aware of. But yeah. So I'm pretty sure we have a new imp, and I know that Sheem is the Baron. So Sheem is potentially our new imp.
Did you say librarian?
Baron. This minion role.
Baron.
Yes. Assuming that the other information that I got was accurate.
Sheem said chef, monk, or librarian to me. Those were his 3.
Sheem said chef, monk, or librarian.
Yeah.
Well, he was either lying, or the person who gave me information was lying. Either is very possible.
Hey, who told you that he was?
Ulrich, who I was going to pull in here, but they were already in a conversation. Yeah, okay. I'm like, I don't know if I should share other people's roles, but hell yeah, this game's all about sharing whatever you want to share. Ulrich has told me that they are the investigator, and that what that role does is it lets them know at the beginning of the game that one of 2 people is a particular minion. They said either Sheem or Jiro is the Baron. Now, I am pretty much certain that Jiro was the imp, which would mean that Sheem had to be the Baron.
So should we vote for Sheem? You think?
I mean, I guess there's no downside in eliminating a minion. It's probably a not a bad idea. I can't say for sure that it's Sheem, but yeah, I don't see any downside to eliminating Sheem.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Erdenshire in chat says, a minion will never tell you they're the minion. So, yeah, it's possible he lied about his 3. We should go give him shit about it. I also wouldn't put it past him either, knowing that guy. Is he playing as a rat? No, he's not.
I can't believe he lied in church. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, may I?
Yes.
I have
Okay,
news.
so, okay.
I will tell you, Goblin is almost certainly the recluse. There is very little doubt in my mind of that. Aurora is very likely the saint. I have little doubt on that as well. I may be a bit credulous right now, but that leaves us very, very few options.
Yeah, so we have very limited time here. I can't explain the full story, but I'm almost certain that Jiro was the imp, has killed themselves and made another minion, the imp, and that Sheem is the Baron, or was the Baron, and could now be the imp. I don't know the other minions
I find
yet.
that believable.
So I think the plan is to try and is to nominate Sheem tonight. It's not guaranteed that he's the imp, but it's a 25% chance.
It's a step in the direction.
Yeah, that's time. I think the bell.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't hear a bell.
The bell happened?
There's the bell.
There's the bell.
Forgot about the recluse. I looked. So what does the recluse do?
Big Bell is the other one.
You might register as evil and as a minion or demon, even if dead. Okay.
Come here.
I can't process this. What does that mean right now? Does that explain why Hal got a misread?
I need to learn how to not stand incorrectly because after I stand for a while, I can just twist my ankle and just crack.
I gotta not step up on a bottle that's under my foot right now.
Take it away.
Yeah, be careful about that. Oh, I know. Because I can't see it on my headset.
Oh, my bad. Too close to my,
Yes, that could explain Hal's misread. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate having you in the chat here. This is a huge help.
Talking about who you're gonna execute.
I slipped.
Do you trust me, Aurora?
Ghost party!
Only because you're currently another dog.
I don't know how to wiggle my hands. I can just flail them.
Okay. I picked the right character then. Yes, I am playing as this. I'm in third person. Anyway, okay, sounds good. Appreciate your what is it? Vote in confidence? Vote of confidence?
Dogs must stay together.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Wow, Dirk.
Yes, hasn't.
I have a Dirk too.
Where is it?
I didn't have time to put it in.
Whoa,
Well-
whoa, let's not be dissing on people for not having time to import a model, buddy. I feel like there may be some shrapnel attached to that black pal.
No, none at all.
I never said anything against you, Hasm.
I will. I'm just kidding.
I love how much extra you're throwing in.
Well, sir.
Town, that sound does mean that nominations are open.
I pseudo nominate Sheem.
Pseudo nominate Sheen. Please tell us why.
I've already shared that I'm pretty confident that Jiro was the imp and has eliminated themselves in order to turn another or a different minion into the imp. I also have information to suggest that Sheem was or still is the Baron, which means Sheem could now be the imp.
Sheem, your defense.
I'm but a humble monk defending the village. I've done nothing wrong.
Who's the last
I've
person you
had-
defended?
You.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any proof?
I own the church.
This is true. She is my God.
You need 5 votes to put Sheem on the block. Let's start the clock.
I believe you defended me and roll for you, Shane.
I did my best for the village.
God looks upon you. Mercy.
The Raven watches over me.
May Raven Christ forgive our sins.
I was watching Hal, and if that vote didn't go up, I was going to start to have a lot of questions, chat.
That is 5 votes and exactly what you need to put Sheem on the block, just barely. Do we have any other nominations?
Sorry, Sheem.
I would like to tentatively, your pal Hal, would like to tentatively nominate Kagan.
Well, listen, Here in Ravenswood Bluff, there is no tentative. You're either doing it or you ain't.
Okay, something is going on here. Hal doesn't trust our information or didn't share all the information that he had, otherwise he wouldn't be making another nomination.
So Hal is nominating Kagan. Please tell us why.
I would not
know a lot of things about a lot of you, and from what I can tell, the only person that I know terribly little about is Kagan. I don't have any forthwith evidence to provide that once and for all proves this, but I don't have any idea what you are, and that scares me.
Kagan, your defense.
Fair enough.
That's very fair. I'd prefer not to give my role away right now, but if you feel I am suspicious enough to kill me, then make sure you vote with enough people, because we need to be killing people each round, just so.
I find this agreeable.
You're not gonna say your role?
Okay, you
I'd
need
like to keep it
6,
secret for the moment.
Okay, chat.
6 or more votes. Kagan on the block.
Don't tie this.
So,
5 will take everybody off
at
the
first
block.
I was very concerned about what Hal has done. But, Erdenshire, you said Hal is likely trying to just get information out about Kagan. I think that that's
Nobody's voting.
That's very likely. It's just a strategy move here. And he's not actually questioning the earlier nomination.
Possibly.
2 votes is not enough.
Oh my god, a key kill.
Currently have Sheem on the block.
By the way, I saw your message on those bits earlier. I can't believe you.
piss god. You should die by gravity.
Gravity is great.
Oh my god, a key kill. Thank you for the bits.
How would you like to die?
I will say final call.
Mods piss on that guy's carpet.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't know. I think being like
as the imp again.
Jiro, same. I didn't get to choose who I died. Someone just offed me.
Oh, I was gonna say though, when Hal first did that nomination, it wouldn't put me past I wouldn't put it past Hal to be the one here that's metagaming.
Gather information.
He's pretty clever.
I've only gathered further information that would to nominate Goblin once again. And Demon.
Goblin.
Ulrich nominates Goblin.
Can we kill Hal for not streaming?
Alright, we will absolutely do that later, but for now, Ulrich, why are you nominating Goblin?
Okay, well, you can nominate me as all you want, but it is as someone who's supposed to gather as much information as I can, as the investigator. I've now had 2 people come to me with your name as being suspicious as being the demon, and it would be wrong of me as the investigator to push that aside. So, what do you have to say for yourself?
Goblin.
Waiting for the candle. Oh, well, my defense is the same. There's like multiple minions that we still haven't got have like role like screwy abilities. Like, if you haven't like any more evidencing that, that'd be much more liked.
Well, most of my evidence is it was either Jiro or Sheem who were the information I was told, which was the Baron. Jiro's dead. Sheem appears to be the monk.
Sheem, I defended you. we prayed to raiding Christ together.
Trying not to die over here. Okay.
You can keep talking, but we're gonna start the vote.
Yeah.
I believe I have information that clears Goblin's name. As someone who previously pointed a finger at Goblin, I will not be voting.
Thank you, sir.
Raise your own torch.
Why is that, Suda? Oh, right. That's fine. I did it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, God, no.
It's not locked yet. You can raise it. Well, actually, I think the clock's delayed on my screen.
Is not enough.
Goblin?
Do you still want to know?
Oh!
Oh!
No! What a time for a crash.
That was unfortunate.
All right, we will take just a quick break to not talk about the game. So yeah, say a fun story.
What's up, guys?
I'm gonna go get some water.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea too.
Shire, I saw a video where someone decided to freak out another player by only responding to them with Lori is my demon and nothing else. I think some people will speak up with pertinent information before the clock starts, but it's up to the storyteller to decide if they wait.
As an adult past the age of like 20.
I don't remember when the last.
I think some people will speak up with pertinent information before the clock starts, but it's up to the storyteller to decide if they wait. What do you mean? I'm gonna read your reply once I get back from getting water.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Okay. Alright, Summer, I'm getting water.
Is that the guy is that the movie with the guy with the TikTok account that's like...
Well, TikTok didn't exist at the time, so no. But the plot synopsis. If none of you have seen the movie Hop by Illumination Animation Studios, released in 2015.
Googling.
Sorry, not 2015. 2011. Why is the trailer on YouTube on 2015? I hate life. Hop is a movie about an elderly Easter bunny, right? He wants to pass on the role of Easter bunny to his son, whose name's something stupid that I don't remember.
EB,
but
Easter bunny?
Yeah, EB for Easter.
They'll just say I have pertinent information about this vote, and the storyteller may give them time to speak up before starting voting.
He doesn't want to be the Easter bunny.
I don't think that we made that a rule here. Everyone who's playing, it's their first time, as far as I'm aware, and I don't think that was mentioned as a rule. So I don't think that's going to happen here.
Poster. What is this poster telling you? What does this poster mean?
I just got back with my water. What are you guys talking about?
That's the one. Pseudo, have you seen the movie Hop?
Yeah, I've seen the movie Hop.
Fuck. Okay, I was gonna ask you what you think the movie was about based on this poster.
Well, pull up the poster again. Where'd the poster go? Pull it up.
Yeah, if you knew nothing about Hop, what would this poster mean?
It says rock and roll in the name, and he's holding drumsticks.
Yeah, but does that communicate anything about being the next Easter bunny? About like fucking anything? Why is there an angry chicken in the bottom right corner?
Oh, so you mean it's not about music?
If you haven't, it kind of is. Sort of, but it doesn't end with him like. Well, it does, but like.
No spoilers.
Oh, sorry. I won't spoil Hop by Illumination Animation Studios.
See, okay.
2011.
Here's the shitty thing, Hal. I've seen the movie but couldn't remember details, and I literally thought it was about music because of the drumsticks in the title.
Well,
and I've seen it.
Kind of. It's like half about music, half about Easter as a holiday. Kind of. My point being, it is a very funny movie that I do not like.
It has a
goal. There you go.
It has a bunny. I'd watch it.
Let me put it to you this way: its goal was to make Illumination Animation Studios.
Of course you would, Ari.
Money. It didn't do that.
I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, as someone who, like, was it yesterday or the day before, I watched Shark Tale because I enjoy that movie. I know there's been like a lot of hate on Shark Tale, and I watched it again. I was like, yeah, no, this is good. I don't remember. I mean, yeah, the animation is bad.
It's a funny movie.
Came out like early 2000.
I won't pass objective judgment on Shark Tale because I like it too much, but like that. They're so ugly, man. Nothing about that movie looks good. It's so disgusting. I remember watching it as a kid and like actively having to turn parts.
Honestly, chat, I just had this thought. I'm concerned I'm sharing too much at the round table, and I'm going to be targeted as the next one eliminated in the night.
For your nomination. And just go ahead and re-equip your avatar.
Except Jack, he cute. Yeah, that's another Jack Black movie. You can hate Shark Tale.
Oh yeah, I love Lenny.
Shark
Lenny,
Tale.
my beloved.
All right.
I didn't say that.
Let's try this again. Goblin, did you have a nomination?
Yes, Ulrich.
Yes.
Goblin would like to nominate Ulrich. Please tell us why.
So I have been nominated 3 times now for the chopping block, which I do not like.
They're just misled.
Yeah, but like we're all misled. It's a deception game. He could be misleading us as like a spy or like a bearing or imp or even like yeah.
Okay.
Change my nomination.
I have a plan.
Alright. But
Ulrich, your defense?
yeah, we have yet to find any of the mingings or imp yet. So like
My defense is I'll know the information I've acquired. That's my defense.
It is now time to vote then.
An investigator, I only have the information I'm told.
But are you an
6 or more?
investigator, though?
Yes.
You haven't told us who a minion is either, actually, now I think about it.
I did. I pointed fingers at Jiro and Sheem. Jiro's dead, Sheem claims to be the monk.
Yeah?
So that's all the information I had, so I can't really give any more information.
Claim to be recluse, and several people have backed me up already.
There's no reason for me to speak up right now. This vote's not going to go through.
One vote is not enough.
And Jiro clearly wasn't.
I will say final call. Yes?
Yes,
I will say, Goblin, that also what you just said falls in line with what everyone's told me. That you've been claiming to be various
You're being
roles.
misled! Someone is lying to you!
Well, be that as it may, that is the information I have. I would just like to point that
people
out
have
loud.
ascertained this.
Okay, someone has a pitchfork
I
down,
keep being
Sheen?
ascertained as like
As a
one of the
monk, it feels
minions when
wrong
I'm
to do,
not.
But I am a monk.
Mhm,
I nominate Pseudo for death.
Ooh.
Sheem would like to nominate Pseudo. Please tell us why.
I have 3 very good reasons. First of all, he's a big meanie. Tried to kill me. Second of all, lives on the edge of the town. Kind of weird.
Can't believe this.
Number 3, never been to my church, not once.
Wow.
Sounds like something a demon would do, I'm just saying.
Damn, bringing the church into
Pseudo, what have you to say for yourself?
Thank you.
I have shared a lot of information with a lot of you, including information with all of you at this round table. None of those are actual reasons to eliminate me. This is hearsay.
This is true.
This is hearsay.
And one of them is wrong.
With
They're all
that,
very true.
I'm pretty sure we
shall
all live in
start
the same room
voting.
also.
You need 6 or more. Put Pseudo on the block.
Couch every now and then. You never wake up to me coming to your house.
I'm a deep sleeper.
Yeah, your cats cuddle me instead of you.
Okay, unfortunately, 2 votes is
Jiro.
not enough. And I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds.
I think
You
you're- I
have
think
Sheem on the
you're,
block.
Being welcomed into the afterlife here, Sheem.
I'm gonna be joining you. I'm
Okay.
Yeah, no,
let's kill him
I'm
with hammers
hearing
and such.
Jiro, I don't know if they used their vote, but I'm hearing Jiro say, shit, it's not enough. I don't know for sure, but if Jiro
Yeah, gravity.
potentially
Nominations are now
knows
closed.
who the new imp is, maybe
the
by
town
being...
has decided
No, I don't know
that
why.
you shall
No, they
be
wouldn't, because
executed.
their vote matters.
How would you like to die?
I was under the impression that maybe Jiro's reaction is like, shit, the game's gonna end here, Shim's getting eliminated. Or maybe Jiro's just
Flies up
upset
into
that
the
an imp's
air.
getting... Or minion's
And
getting
then
eliminated. I don't know,
falls
but
down
Jiro's
because
reacting like he
clearly
knows
gravity
something.
is the real enemy here. Completely shattered on the floor. Sheem dies. And that means that this game continues.
Oh.
Good night.
Oh, time for Betty Boy.
Let's go play Splat Server.
Okay. That wasn't that unlikely. Assuming everything that we have is accurate. I gotta like keep hitting this mute button to make sure it's working. If everything that we have written down, let me pull it up here.
Did you not listen to me? Did you not heed my words?
If everything we have written down is accurate, I'm sorry my notes are a mess. But we've got a possible yes on Goblin, a confirmed yes on Jiro, and no's on Flare and Sheem. Ulrich is the investigator. Sky was the librarian. Your pal Hal's the empath. We've narrowed down that Sheem is the Baron because we've confirmed that Jiro was the imp. So if we just eliminated Sheem and it wasn't Sheem, someone was the Scarlet Woman, the Poisoner, or the Spy, and is now the imp. We did have a decent few assumptions. We didn't find the other minions, if there is one, and we do assume Jiro was an imp that may have misread their ability. This is true. However, would the actual imp have been smart enough to eliminate Jiro to cover up their own path? Because I think if Jiro was actually the imp and tried to not eliminate themselves around the round circle, it makes perfect sense that they then eliminated themselves that night. But if someone else was the imp, would they have thought to then eliminate Jiro to make that logical loop there? Or would they have eliminated someone random? It's possible, especially if they're paying attention and experience. Yes, here's the thing. Nobody here is experienced. I am nearly 100% certain that everyone playing here, this is their very first experience with Blood on the Clocktower. The only person that I think could be doing something like that would be Ulrich, who played, or not played, who read all of the roles and the gameplay rules ahead of time. I think everyone else here is pretty much coming into this blind. I'm not 100% certain on that. I didn't explicitly ask everyone, but from all of my conversations with everyone and putting this game together, I don't think that anyone is experienced in this. I believe at least one person has played this before. Kaigen, then, I would assume, since you know them. I wouldn't know that. So that puts them way higher on my suspicion list then. Also, I think you just get... well, no, that's not information that I shouldn't have. Like, it is what it is. It is everyone's first game to my knowledge of both Blood on the Clocktower and Resonite. Yes, that's what I was under the impression of as well. Kaigen has played Blood on the Clocktower outside of Resonite. Okay, well, there we go. Delta, now we know. So, someone here is experienced. And I have not spoken to them. I have not received any information about them. I still didn't get the new information from Hal. I need to know who I'm going to ask about. And it's not going to be Ulrich, Sky, Hal, or myself, or someone who's eliminated. Or Goblin. Okay, we could do Goblin. But I think I want to throw two new names out there and get some new information.
Like, there's no way we're playing another.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. I gotta reference the name list again. And I gotta pull my list to the side. Let's see. Aurora and Hazard. Aurora and Kaigen.
Aurora and Kaigen. You pick Aurora and Kaigen. And you learn that no, neither of those players are the demon.
Okay.
All right, we're going to send you back. That's luck.
Thank you. I'm not chatting with Kaigen about the game, though, to be direct. Yes, I trusted you earlier when you said that you were not. I just know they've played before. If you really enjoy this, chat with them about it, please. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm hoping that people will like this and that we can run this more in the future. This is definitely like a trial for everybody here. Ari and Delta have a ton of experience running this. They've been doing this for about 3 years. They put this virtual world together. So I hope that they will enjoy this and want to host us again, and I'm hoping that I can get a big enough group together to do it again. So I will absolutely talk to them and see what their thoughts are on it. Okay, so we got 2 no's. Super cool. I hope you're able to get more games together for it. Hell yeah. Yeah, this would be a ton of fun. This definitely scratches an itch, especially because I used to play board games twice a week for about a year and a half. And then I stopped, and I haven't really touched any of my games that are currently sitting behind me on shelves for like coming up on a year now. Okay. So this is interesting. We got a no. So they could be minions, but they're also one of the few people that we don't have any information about yet.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff. I'm hearing laughter, but there's one thing that's not funny at all, and that is the fact that
Comes from my soul. Oh.
no one has died in the night. Please continue.
Good.
Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Plot twist.
Let me shout.
What?
That's really surprising because like that provides no advantage in this game. Unless unless
there's a
the
reason.
person they wanted to kill would cause them to be very suspicious. Food for thought.
Yeah. Listen, guys,
probably trying
no
to
one's
kill
listening to
me.
me. I'm sad. I want to go get a drink.
Understandable.
Okay, I was just updating my list.
Yes, right.
We don't know that these are no's. We haven't asked. But there's only 2 players left. I was updating my list to see who all we have some information about. There's only 2 players we don't have anything about.
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
I'm in.
One of them was...
Or...
That's not true, actually.
Pseudo.
You killed me, damn it.
Leave me alone, Ghost. I'm talking to chat.
I'm
One of the
gonna
names I
haunt
was
you
missing on my
forever.
list was Charius. We do have some
Gonna mute
information
yourself
about
so
them.
that way
We actually
you
have the
can't talk
yeses
in
and
here,
nos
I
from
can get
House.
real close to you, and you're gonna talk to chat.
I'm gonna turn you down. I'm turning the game down now. I'm trying to talk to chat. So we have information about Charius. Who do we not have any information about?
So nobody died.
It's Pesby.
Does that mean he tried
Not that they're the imp, but they're the only person we have no information about. Unless have they shared something with us in our conversations and I failed to write it down? We've talked to them several times and I don't think we've gotten any information from
Can
them.
you, like reread the rules again?
Pesby, can I talk to you?
Yes.
I just went through my whole list of everybody in game, and you're actually the only person I don't have any information on.
Oh.
Is there anything
Why
you'd be
haven't you-
willing to share with me? Nobody has ever mentioned you in any of our talks. I have never asked about you. So I have nothing. I have shared a lot with you, though.
I'll tell you straight up right now. I am... Wait, what am I again? Okay, I gotta look at it.
The list is... The list is in here, too. The list is on the walls in every room, too.
Oh, what?
That's okay.
I am the Raven Keeper. Literally, nothing has happened. My role is so freaking useless, dude. Like, until someone kills me, I just literally just... I can't do anything.
Great. Well, that explains why in our conversations, you know, you haven't had anything to share. But also, I've just been overwhelmed with things that I want to share. And it's like, we don't have enough time, Ari! Feedback! I'm just kidding.
Skill issue.
Yes, you're right. This is my very first time playing this game.
Have you ever tried talking faster?
Fuck you, I'm leaving. Okay, thank you, Pesby. Actually...
You're welcome.
I asked about Aurora and Kaigen and got no's. That's the only new information I really have.
Aurora and Kaigen.
Kaigen, yeah. So, if my information is accurate and I'm not being misled in the middle of the night, which is possible if I was poisoned, they are not the imp.
What does poison do again? You can't...
Doesn't Ari, is that correct? If you're poisoned, like what exactly happens?
If you read the role Poisoner, it says each night choose a player. They are poisoned tonight and tomorrow day. A poisoned player is technically the same as a ghost. It's like putting a big line through their entire ability. But
that doesn't mean your ability goes away. It means we, as the storytellers, would pull the person up and run the ability in whichever way we see fit, lying in whichever way makes sense for the game.
Yep.
Because if there were a poisoner in this game, like, that's like an evil team move, and we would try to, you know, distract, like, you know, do whatever like that. But
right. So if I am
assuming that someone is poisoned, which you are never sure.
Right, exactly. So if I am indeed the fortune teller and I was poisoned, then the information I got last night could be inaccurate. But yeah, I can tell you that I did ask about Aurora and Kaigen and got the answer no.
So, obviously, the demon tried to kill somebody, right?
Is it possible for the imp to choose not to kill someone at night?
The imp must choose a player each night, but there is no restrictions on the player that can be picked.
So they could have picked someone that's already dead.
Much like Town, if the imp picks someone who's already dead, nothing will happen, and Town can execute somebody who is already dead during the day, and nothing will happen.
Closing thoughts?
Well, I did.
But that was the bell, unfortunately.
Yeah.
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 I'll say it. I'll talk about it later.
Okay, so we don't have any reason to trust what Pesby shared, chat, and I'm muted now, chat. They can't hear me in game.
Okay.
They told us that they are.
It is getting close to that time. You might want to talk about.
They told us that they're the Raven Keeper, but that's an easy out. That's a really easy way to say. That's an easy role to claim to be and not share any information if you were actually the imp.
So there is an extra feature. It's kind of fun, right? If you stand right here, everyone has to listen to you.
Wonderful.
Oh, great. The ghosts are going there.
As the ghost, I claim that everyone here is cute and adorable and deserves well-being of their time.
Get off the podium!
You must accept it.
Hi, Darius. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're having a wonderful night. If you choose to check out some of the other streams that are going on in this game tonight, please make sure you don't share any information with me that I don't get from my my game here.
Too long for.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Hey, Pseudo, small question. When can I leave from under the table? Anytime you want.
But it, like, while the other side was growing out real long, so it just looks weird right now. But it's been growing pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, methinks I have information from trying to gather around to other different tiny groups. However, who is trustworthy and who is not? Although I don't know how well ghostly information can be beholden, so take what I say with a grain of salt.
Now that sound means that nominations are now open.
I think ghosts are more trustworthy because that means you probably weren't evil.
Yeah, and nobody trusts me. I don't know why.
I don't know Pesby well enough to say whether how I should be reading that conversation.
Any insight?
Hello.
Anything to share, maybe?
Well, we know nobody died last night.
That's weird. Why did Hal point directly at Pesby?
So,
one died again?
A strange thing to bring up first, though, isn't that?
The demon either chose a dead player, because I think they can do that, or they went for the soldier. And, Kaigen, I believe you said at the beginning of the day someone tried to kill you?
Yep, sounds like it, because nobody died.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty clear now.
I
Pretty
forgot
clear.
about that.
Yeah, pretty clear I'm the soldier, so they're not going to target me again, so...
Well,
I don't mind giving my roll out again.
I'm not hearing any nominations, so I'm going to say final call.
Oh, shit.
Goblin.
This is stressful.
Yeah. Ghost can't nominate, can they?
Ghost cannot nominate.
Excellent. I would like to nominate Goblin.
Again?
Was that was that Hal nominates Goblin?
Your pal Hal would like to nominate Goblin.
Hal, please tell us why.
Look, I'm
This is a good nomination.
I don't. It's Kagan wanting to hide your role.
We
to
haven't
be soldier,
confirmed
that
it's not
makes
Goblin.
sense.
All we got was that
I think
they could
you're
be a
reckless,
yes,
but they
and then we
keep
moved
telling
on.
me one of my neighbors is evil, and that's
Well,
pretty
that's the
consistent
recluse
now.
ability.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I was
still think there's a
also
Baron.
I was also just I don't know how to feel about you. Nothing you've told me feels fully right in my soul.
Goblin, your defense.
I have only been truthful with everyone, and this is now like the 4th, 5th time I've been on a pedestal.
Do we have evidence for a goblin?
Hey, I'm the recluse.
Yeah,
I think
but,
when
like, I think there's
when it
a
opens up to
Baron,
everybody,
because
I'm going
why
to
would
admit
there
I
be
think
two
Hal was
recluses
poisoned,
then?
and that was where my misinformation came from, and I fully support this nomination.
Aren't you the one who suggested there was a Baron?
Yeah,
It is time
because
to
like
vote,
it would
but you
only
can
make
keep
sense.
talking.
Jiro was also recluse.
You only need 4 votes to put Goblin on the block.
I'm sorry, sister.
I support this. I think I think that what
Pseudo, you defended me last round.
I believe that was misinformation that came from a poisoning.
Wait, poisoning? Oh,
With
shit.
5 votes, Goblin is now on the block. Any other nominations?
I gotta be honest, Certain Shire, I was not listening to their conversation, so I didn't hear what all the roles they threw out there were. Let's talk later.
I'm assuming there's a nomination.
Yeah.
Goblin would like to nominate Ulrich. Please tell us why.
Because I don't know. It seems like he has an in for me with how many people keep like apparently telling him that I'm the problem, and I am now dead, I guess. So I'm more just lashing out because I'm
Okay.
Ulrich.
I have no arms with which to comfort
So-
you, but even if
Yeah,
I
I
am
know.
my enemy, there.
You keep claiming that there might still be a Baron around. The information I got was there was probably a Baron around, either Jiro and Sheem. Now look at them. So, I mean, whatever the Baron's ability was is no longer in place because he's probably dead.
That is fair.
Well,
How do we have confirmation of classes that were of roles that were dead though?
The confirmation was it was one of the two, and they're both dead.
All right, you
Oh,
can keep
yeah,
talking,
fair
but we're
enough.
going to start the vote. You need 6 or
don't do what
more.
I did.
I stayed my ground.
Stand tall. You are
I will.
deceptive.
I'm not great at math, but 1 is not greater than 5.
Damn, I knew I should have went to preschool. You caught me, Ulrich. You caught me.
You have Goblin on the block. Are there any other nominations? I will say 10 seconds.
Wow. Tough crowd.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Any good jokes?
One last one before I die.
I think once it's clear enough, you can't really say anything else.
Yeah.
SB.
I nominate Aurora.
Nominate who?
Oh shit.
Hesby nominates Aurora. Please tell us why.
So Aurora, you say, well, I've heard that you are the saint, correct?
I can't nod very well, but yes, that's me nodding.
That was a nod.
Okay.
Yes, I can confirm.
So who said this?
Hi.
All right.
I guess Hound said it.
And what was your
that would
role?
be your pal. I am empath, and it's been telling me that one of my neighbors are evil, However, the dead librarian informed me, in fact, that Aurora could be a saint. As well as Goblin could be a saint, but I really don't think that's possible.
Hey, Aurora, your defense.
Well,
So
I mean, I
Goblin
haven't.
Sorry.
I haven't nominated anyone. I've been trying to just gather information. I may or may not be the saint.
We also don't want to risk it if you are.
That's true.
Which would place you in a safe spot, but that's not really a good
Okay.
place to be.
But you said also Goblin could be the saint. So what if Goblin is the
Really
saint?
doubt it. Really, really, really,
You
really
need
doubt
6
it.
or more to put Aurora on the block.
That would be an ironclad defense to claim one as a saint this late in the game, I feel. And they have been very, very open about being a recluse the whole time.
Yeah.
All right.
Claim to be the same. That'd be like a fourth thing they claim to be.
That is a really strong reason to be suspicious of that player.
I can agree with that.
Well, if in fact God be the saint, then may we have
Okay,
mercy.
that is not enough. 0.
Raven Christ forgive us all.
In the
I'm gonna give
words
10
of a dude,
seconds.
Every saint has a past. Every sinner has a future. Not this one, though. This one's dead.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Every road balancing, every saint has an.
Nominations are
In another script, there's a role
now
called Goblin. I think they keep outing themselves.
closed. Goblin,
yeah,
the
that could be
town
confusing.
has decided to execute you. How would you like to die?
I'm going to drink my own poison.
Goblin drinks poison. And
well, Goblin was the
You did a
poisoner.
great job. You all
dies.
did a good job.
You had me deceived. I'd
Oh
say you
yeah,
did
no.
better.
When Jira was saying like, "No, I'm the
And that
recluse," I
means
started panicking. Like,
that you all
actually
go
fucking
to sleep. Good night.
Okay, so Goblin, I had my suspicions earlier. I didn't get to mention it, but it makes total sense that Goblin is the poisoner because they're right next to Hal, and after the first night's events, it would make sense that they would want to mislead Hal by poisoning them and cause them to get no's instead of yeses. I'm not, no, they probably, that may have been a coincidence because maybe they don't know what Hal's role was, but that would totally make sense. So we know Goblin was the poisoner. Unfortunately, they are not the imp. We're pretty certain, we were pretty certain Sheem was the Baron. Sheem has been eliminated. We're pretty certain that Jiro was the imp. Jiro's been eliminated. Someone is the spy. Each night you see the grimoire, you might register as good and as a townsfolk or outsider, even if you're dead. Does this mean that if someone is... Well, they would be the imp now, so their role would be changed. Anyway, someone was the spy, someone was the Scarlet Woman, and they have become the imp. And we don't know who they are yet. They poisoned Hal to get suspicion off of them. Exactly, Erdenshire. Yeah, I don't know if they knew all the roles well enough to actually do that play, but that would be that would be such a logical play to make in that position. So, who are we going to ask about tonight? I'm re-questioning Sheem as Baron now, personally. Okay, so if we're going to question that, then we've got to go way back. Because it was Ulrich who shared with us that either Sheem or Jiro was the Baron, which means either Jiro was actually the Baron and just got eliminated that night by chance and wanted to self-eliminate as Baron. Does that make any sense? Would Jiro have nominated themselves in the round circle as Baron? Or the other alternative is that Ulrich has been lying to us this entire time. Ulrich was the very first person we spoke to. And was the only one that I'm aware of, other than Kaigen, that read the roles ahead of time and would have theoretically been able to pretend to be a different role. So it's possible that Ulrich is pretending to be the investigator and is actually maybe even the imp, and that they eliminated Jiro. However, if that's the case, why did Jiro nominate themselves that one day? That would be the piece of the puzzle that has to make sense here.
To any of you outside of stream, how do you feel about Spy Kids 3?
Let me pull up the list here again.
If you have seen it.
It's possible, but why would the demon choose to kill their minion? Exactly. Left me thinking the minion was the imp, maybe. Which minion being the imp? I'm not completely following you there. The first part I totally agree with.
It's such a catchy name. Robert Rodriguez, my boy.
I quote Spy Kids 2.
Let's add that here.
Oh, yeah. My boyfriend said except for. Yeah, no, I like the first through the third one.
So I think I'm gonna have to ask tonight about Ulrich. And maybe I'll even do Ulrich and myself, which I think is going to be a bit of a waste. I'm expecting a no. But if it's a yes, why would Ulrich kill Jiro unless it was to convince town that Jiro was the imp who transferred? That's where I'm at this point, right? So if you're questioning, I don't know how much time I have, but if you're questioning whether Sheem was the Baron, then that means either Jiro was the Baron, and then all those events that happened have to make sense as Jiro being the Baron, or Ulrich was lying, and then everything has to make sense about with Ulrich lying. Actually, I realized I typoed here. So it's possible Kaigen sank a kill to build a soldier lie. Yeah? We got a definite no from Kaigen, though. The only way that we would not have gotten this no, or the only way that this would not be accurate, is if we were poisoned that night. That would be unlucky if we happened to be poisoned that night.
I don't like this. That was one. If I'm remembering correctly, that one was one where I'm just like,
I don't know how useful this information would be, but we could ask about Ulrich and Kaigen tonight. And if we get a yes, well, if we get a yes, it's a yes. That means it's one of the two. I don't know how we're going to narrow that down, but we could do that.
What is it?
I don't think that we can, yeah. Either we focus on one of them and then myself to try and get a more definite answer, or we ask about both of them. Let's ask about both of them. I'm expecting it to come back as no. Yeah, let's ask about both of them.
Remember, this movie was directed by Riker?
Yeah.
Previous.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm your height now.
Good morning, Ravenswood Bluff.
Something just
to
happened.
Everyone except Sudo, who has died.
That's
in
what
the
I
night.
expected.
No, good.
Please continue.
All right.
I need to speak with you urgently.
Y'all suck!
Okay.
I can unmute you. At least you still have a different head for some reason.
Oh, hell yeah. Ari.
Must be Suitor.
Wait, I don't know what you've done.
Whoa,
This is
facial hair.
Yeah.
So much.
Goated.
Wait, I'm confused.
With the horns too.
Claire, come with me.
Wondered about that? Yeah. It's over, Erdenshire. It was a good game. It was a good team effort.
Yeah.
All right. Do you just stand here and wait for someone to come find you each day?
I have gone and spoken to a couple of people.
Oh, okay. Because you have just been so mellow this whole time, and I've run off each time. So now I'm actually standing here for once, and I'm just turning to my left and like, oh, hey, Aurora's here.
Yeah, I usually just chill.
Kagan, could I grab your ear for a moment?
It's beard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Anyone else want to talk?
I would like to listen into this.
Same.
May I listen into this?
Absolutely.
Wait, listen. Okay.
Absolutely. Any of you except Pesby.
Okay.
Listen, there's no poisoner left. There's no one next to me except Aurora and Pesby. Now, every night before Goblin's death, I was told there was one evil person next to me, and it was Goblin. Can you do the math for me? Because you seem very experienced here, and I would like to inform you, as you can probably tell, that I am dreadfully
Hi.
not.
Hi.
I revealed I was empath way too early on. I'm surprised I'm not dead.
I'm surprised you're alive too. That's why.
Honestly. That being said, I see very few other options than it being SB. Being that they have claimed to be Ravenkeeper,
Which is a really easy out.
That is a very easy role to pretend to be.
I had my suspicions, but unfortunately I did not get to share them.
So I
I'm
trust
dead.
you greatly. And
So I will say that we
I
have
believe
a
you will
lot
make the
of
right
choices
choice here.
We usually try to keep it to 3. If you just want to have a public conversation, you can just have it outside.
Throw me a bone here. I need support on this.
Okay, bye. I'm being kicked out.
Yeah, I'm just
That's-
going. I don't know what to do.
I feel like that's kind of a silly rule. Oh, he walked away. That was intended as deliberate feedback.
You can grab a lap of game or something.
Remember, you have a ghost vote. Save it for you believe is the demon. Yes, I do remember that, Erdenshire.
Yes, I also remember. Who do you think it is? Because I actually forgot.
You were the poisoner, yeah? Yeah. And I was the fortune teller. We never got to talk.
I was too open about that, so I kind of like screwed up massively.
Yeah. Maybe. Hard to say.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god, you have a little USB tail? I love that.
I know. I was looking at that last time we were in the round circle.
This is a great model.
I
Just like a personal bias too. I'm a big fan of anyone who has a rat sona. I love mice and rats. Sorry. I didn't realize. I
I get it a lot.
apologize.
Even they see the tail, it's like rat. It's like mouse. Computer
Wow,
mouse.
it's the obvious. It's fun. It's a mouse.
Mouse.
It's just like,
Mouse.
I that's so good. I love the
What happened to me? I
realization
died.
dawning on people. They're like, oh, the joke.
It's so funny.
Oh, we're doing quite well, I'd say.
Yeah.
No, I said it's good. The tail. It's good.
I thought you said how you guys been doing.
No, I
and
don't
was
care
like,
about any of you.
That's fair.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh.
You're-
As long as you're murdering, I care about everybody.
That's long.
Yes.
What a vile god.
I did my best to
The demon
appease
saw us
them.
as the biggest or safest threat. Yeah.
May raving
I mean, I would
Christ
guess
or-
biggest. We've been very vocal in this.
So no one has anything to say? I mean, I can end the day right now if you want.
Do you want? I mean, I've said my piece.
I mean, if you guys got nothing to do, I can
Who
pass
else
this
could be talking? There's some people in the church.
Damn, you just cut off their
I don't wanna waste
conversation.
anybody's time if you're just standing
I feel
around.
like we should vote for somebody.
Well, we would be standing in a building, but you limited us to 3.
Well, the problem,
where
the
am
problem
I
with
at?
like 8 people being in one room is it starts to get, instead of like productive, it just starts to like exclude people, and we don't like to do that because that's not fun for anybody.
Yes.
It's much better to, if you look on the doors here, there's like a little indicator, and it has 3 notches.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, it's not a hard limit, it's just a soft limit of like 3 people per room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think most of
so-
the people in the room with me were ghosts.
Remember, when nominations open, I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna try to speed up the game a little bit here because we're just a teeny bit behind with like some of the crashes and stuff, which is fine. But I'm just gonna speed it up a little bit here. So when nominations open, I sort of just want nominations. So if you have something to say right now that's not a nomination, feel free to go run up on the shouting booth, or otherwise say it, because I'm gonna want to get right to the nominations.
There goes Ulrich.
You don't even reach the top of the.
Hang on. Hang on. Hello. So can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, so as the investigator, I've gathered as much information as I possibly could. We all believe, with yesterday's voting, that we were correct on guessing Goblin correct. Why are we still here? Goblin, or the Goblin, the demon. Sorry.
Goblin was poisoner. If they were demon, the game would be over.
Well, exactly. That is the point. We all assume to be the demon. However, there's also the role of the Scarlet Woman, who will keep us alive if the demon died. So keep it in mind.
Look, Ulrich, I got this in the bag. Just trust me, okay? Right.
Okay.
I never read the role of the
nomination
Scarlet
time.
Woman. That's a really good call out.
Is there anybody else who'd like to go first? If not, your pal Hal would like to nominate Pesby.
Hal would like to nominate Pesby. Please tell us why.
I really wish I had the time to go into the full details, and I don't, but I'll give you the best I can in a Spark Notes sort of fashion. Being that I'm empath, as you discovered very early on, obviously every night until now, Goblin has been the evil player that was next to me, right? I'm next to Goblin and Aurora. Goblin is now dead. I still have an evil player next to me. There is only one more player next to me besides Aurora, who we all suspect to be the Saint.
Okay, Pesby, your defense.
Well, he's got a point. I will tell all of you right now, I am the Raven Keeper. I have been in the whole game. Didn't want to say earlier, but no one has killed me. So I guess it's too late at this point for that to be worth it.
Okay, we're gonna start the vote. You need at least 3.
I think they should vote to eliminate him. But I'm not going to use my vote.
Three votes is exactly the amount that you need, and that does mean Pesby is on the block. Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Hazard.
I was that Pesby?
Ulrich, sorry. I.
Ulrich nominates Hazard. Please tell us why.
Hazard is the only person we have zero
I've
information
gathered,
on at this
As I
point.
said, if the Scarlet Woman, Hazard has been, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, accused, that's the word, of being the Scarlet Woman. If we were correct in voting Goblin out, that would have placed the demon role on the Scarlet Woman, which I've had people tell me that they believe the Scarlet Woman to be Hazard.
Okay, Hazard, your defense.
So, I don't see how I could be the Scarlet Woman. Haven't had anything to do, haven't done anything, been the least talked to out of everybody here.
Well, you don't need to until the demon dies.
True, but I have voted more than once. So, given that, how could I still be the Scarlet? Could also mean the demon's still alive.
You've seen people race to fill their
We're
copy
gonna
of the
start voting.
Grimoire. What
You
is
can
the
keep talking, though. Anybody who
Grimoire?
wants to talk. You need 4 or more to put Hazard on the block. Keep in mind, if you
ghosts
are
are
a ghost and
using
you
their
are using
vote.
Your ghost vote, it
You
will
get
be
one
gone
vote.
forever.
It's pretty good, Rice.
Wow.
I may suffer later.
It's so fucking
With
right here.
6 votes, Hazard is now on the block.
Wow.
It's so fucking over, I fear.
Any other nominations?
4, 5, 6.
Actually.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Nominate Aurora.
Hazard nominates Aurora.
Of course you would.
Hazard, please tell us why.
So, the reason I nominate Aurora is, aside from Pez, Aurora is the only other person I talk to. Therefore,
that makes sense,
the only
Urgent.
other person that could think I'm the Scarlet, of which I'm not. I'm a Slayer.
Aurora, your defense.
Objection, nuh-uh.
They claim to be the Slayer, but they haven't done any slaying?
You need 7
That's a
or
bad
more.
defense.
Put Aurora on the block.
Wow, Hazard.
Wow. Man, that was an ironclad defense there.
It's so funny. Wow.
How can you defend against that?
All I get is objection.
Oh, it's once per game? Okay.
And
One
that's what
vote
everyone
is not
wants.
enough.
Wow.
10 seconds.
You should know me by now, Hazard.
Judging fake news.
It does just straight up say that at the beginning of the sentence. I skipped over that. I thought it said once per day. Whoops.
Jesus.
Pesby?
That would be a little OP.
I nominate Pal Hal.
All right. Yeah, let's play.
Pesby nominates Hal Hal. Please tell us timing.
How do we know? You're an empath.
I'm sorry, do you want me to respond? Because I can. I was going to wait for my turn, but if you want, I can take up your time all you'd like.
So,
because...
I will tell you about more features real quick. If it's your turn to talk and you click the candle, you will indicate to us that you're good.
Oh, excellent. Good to know.
Yeah.
Why don't you click your candle then?
Otherwise, we'll just sit here and wait
I'm
for it
waiting.
awkwardly. Okay.
Let me tell you
Ow.
something, pal. I had two neighbors at the start of this game, right? I had Charius and I had Goblin. Charius was a librarian, as they revealed to me in death, and while they could have been deceiving me, I find it very hard to believe considering Goblin died and confessed to being the poisoner. Unless they're also lying for some godforsaken reason as a member of the town, then I only have one more evil... Shut up! You're not helping! I have only one more evil neighbor, being you.
Well,
Okay,
time's up. It is time to vote.
No.
You need 7 or more. But you can
I
keep
have to say. Okay. If you are the empath, don't you think the imp would have killed you?
I am confused as to that as well. So why didn't you, Pesby?
I
Yes,
think
I'm
Hal
not
is
the
innocent.
imp, baby.
There's no more time for me to say anything else than that.
2 votes is not enough. I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
We're all fucking dead, dogs. I got bad news.
I think Hal being the empath only further confirms.
Why the fuck are we killing Hazard, bro? It's over.
Yes, it is all over because we're gonna win.
Nominations are now closed. Hazard, the town has decided that you are to be executed. How would you like to die?
I can't believe that. Nuh-uh. Is the defense, though.
That's not an answer.
Hazard is killed by multiple not-ahs directly to the chest. And dies.
Wow.
And unfortunately, that does mean it's bedtime. Good night.
Oh. Oh my god, the game continues.
It's over.
I can't believe no one objected to my
So unfortunately,
So great.
we are dead. We will not be getting any new information.
What kind of music you guys into, just in general? I've been talking a lot about my...
However-
But I'd like to hear... Oh, okay, fine. Okay. You do that.
If we take a look at our notes here,
I'm enjoying the company of those around us. Hi, everybody.
at the top, I have made a list of everybody that we have an answer to about whether they're the imp. No question mark means that we have other information that would suggest they're not, but we never directly asked. Hazard is the only one that we don't know anything about. We cannot make any sort of conclusion about whether they are the imp or not, except that they just got eliminated, correct? That is who we eliminated, isn't it? So there goes that. We still don't know. They could have been a minion, but that's not what that field is for. So we have gotten confirmed no's on Kaigen and Aurora, and we have information to suggest that Hal, Ulrich, and Pesby are not the imp. However, obviously one of those is a lie. I think most likely it's either Hal, Ulrich, or Pesby, and that our information was accurate. Maybe that's not the most likely, but that's what I'm going to go with. Maybe it's equally likely I was poisoned. I don't know. I think of the 3, Pesby's alibi is the weakest, and that was a good nomination. I wonder if Jiro was the original recluse who wanted to die to clear up worlds, but never said anything. I see.
Living your best possible life, like non-ironically.
Recluse. You might register as evil and as a minion or demon, even if dead. Okay. That's an interesting theory, for sure. There's enough information in front of me at this point that honestly I'm having a hard time keeping it all straight. Oh, what I should have done is put hazard down here. Because then what we have here is we have alive.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Alive. Dead. And then down here we have roles. And down here we have rumors. It's hard to hold on to. You need notes 100%. I mean, I've got my notes in front of me, but at this point, like, I'm having a hard time thinking about it all together unless I just focus on, like, one person. And I'm like, okay, Aurora, what do we know about them? We asked about them. They've self-reported as the saint. Actually, a lot of these have. Most of these have. This is pretty much confirmed. That might be a little risky. These are all... so I guess the reason I put self-report for Pesby is there's no evidence to support it, whereas Hal and Aurora are not Aurora, I guess. That's a good one to keep there. But Hal and Sky and Ulrich have all done something as their role. They could be making the whole thing up, but that's at least an extra step above just saying, I'm this role and that's it. Let's break it down by person. I don't know if we have enough time at this point, but yeah, I mean, if we just focus on who's alive, we've got 5 alive, because this needs to be deleted. Pesby has self-reported as the Raven Keeper, but hasn't been able to actually do anything in their role to prove it, because the role doesn't allow that.
Yeah, she just ended up with leaks because of it.
Ulrich has shared information to support them being the investigator, potentially.
Town. Ulrich has been killed in the night. Please continue.
And there we go. There we go. Ulrich is gone.
3 of us left.
So that's one less.
Yes.
I never really suspected them, but that definitely narrows it down. Oh, hey, I'm not the only one with a head as a ghost. Hey, you also have a head, Hazard.
Oh, nice.
You have hair and eyebrows, at least.
Yeah.
I'm on VR.
I
So that
think
might be it.
I think it's if you
No, because Flair's in VR too.
no, I think the problem is if you made a avatar in this game, then it keeps your hair and your eye and some of your features from it when you die. And I set one up before I chose to go into the avatar world. And so you, me, Hal are the only 3 that are running an avatar from in this game. So if Hal ever dies, he would also have hair then.
Huh.
Everyone else is running the default.
Make the bald character suddenly have hair.
I'm sitting on the floor.
I can't do that, but you could go to Villager in your menu and probably give yourself hair.
You can change your ghost color. You can give yourself hair. You can do whatever you would like. Also, if folks want to play again...
Oh, you're bald. We were talking about how if you died, because you're using a character from this game, you would also keep some of your features like your hair, but you have no hair.
But I have no hair. Exactly.
Yeah, that's an option.
I'd be down to
So,
play
like,
again.
you see my avatar, like, I was not spectral to start. So we can do cool stuff like that with all the avatars when folks have more time.
Yeah. I'll definitely be asking everyone how they, if they enjoyed it and whether we would want to run this again. And I'm hoping to get a lot of yeses.
I think
totally
the
be
biggest
down
issue
myself.
thus far
I'm
will be
joining
the
in.
crashes, because I know Sky
Yes.
got very frustrated
Yes.
with the amount that she crashed, which it may be
Yeah.
on her end. She has an AMD graphics card, so she's kind of been down this path before with other games where she's had to deal with a lot
shit.
of issues. Yeah.
I have an AMD.
Right.
I
but
crashed once.
The thing is, it's
That's a
not-
really
I'm
good call out,
obviously not saying
Erdenshire.
it's
Kaigen had
definitely
events
because
that
she has
reinforced
one,
they were
but, like,
soldier, but it's not
AMD
ironclad.
just doesn't play well with AMD just doesn't play well with a lot of stuff.
If we combine that with the fact that we gotta know, I think let's just rule out Kaigen. It's safer than some of the others.
I mean, I could just end the day.
They're having
No,
conversations right
I
now.
mean,
I'm just waiting on them.
I don't have any new information to share, really. I think Hal's nomination yesterday was really good, and it should probably be done again. It's all of the evidence that I have supports you, Hal.
I appreciate that.
So listen, here is a thing that I'll share.
Although between you and me, chat,
because,
Hal is
it probably needs to be
second,
talked about by town.
most likely.
You currently have 4 alive players.
Yep, which means this is the last round of voting.
If town kills 1 player, that means it goes tonight with 3 alive players. Evil kills someone, and you wake up with 2, and the game is over if you get it wrong. Town has the option here of not killing or killing somebody who's already dead, and then that forces Evil to make a choice, and then you go to the final day with 3 players to choose from. So it is there are definitely options for town here. If everybody's very confident in their choice, you could just go
yeah,
for
I was
it.
about to say.
But it's totally up to all of you.
That's a really good point. I mean, I believe it's most likely either Pesby or Hal. And
if it's me, I would be very impressed with myself, considering I am quite a few drinks deep.
Who's
and I
that?
don't know how this game works in the first place.
You got rid of your model, Ulrich.
Well, they crashed, remember?
Oh, they crashed. Okay.
Yeah.
But the fact that my evidence says it could be like of the 4 left alive, it's never mind. I'm sharing with everybody now.
I get what you're saying. Anyway.
What I was gonna say, now that I'm just talking to chat, is that because Hal is my number 2 suspicion, we're in a really tough spot. Where Hal, if he is the imp,
Feel
wins
free to go jump up on the podium over there.
if he gets this nomination voted in.
Again, when the clock breaks, we will just be going right to nominations.
If he successfully nominates someone and gets to
you
go
are
to
all
another night
wonderful people,
and then
and I
eliminates
enjoyed
one more
this game very
person
much.
as the
Thank
imp,
you very much.
he wins.
That won't bring you back to life.
All right, now I have a serious.
So it's almost
accusation
like,
instead
even
of
though
all
I think
being
Hal's
nice.
is right.
There's been either 2 players in this game. One may or may not have been covered for this the entire time. All of you can either trust the ghost or not trust the ghost. But 1 player has been covered for the entire game by the so-called quote-unquote investigator. And may we all die and seek vengeance. But Aurora is not the safe saint. That is all.
Shut the fuck up! You don't fucking anything. Oh my
Wait,
God.
what? Wait.
Okay, if that is all.
We were told that Ulrich was the
Nominations
investigator.
are now open.
What did Fleur just say?
I, your pal Hal, once again, tirefully nominate Pesby.
Al nominates Pesby. Please hold the line.
I appeal to all of your reason. Please. I have been empath the entire game. I have helped us rid ourselves of the poisoner. I have covered for Aurora because they are obviously a saint, which is a role that you do not want to reveal. Please, for all that is holy, it is absolutely Pesby, who claims to be a Raven Keeper and yet has made no attempt to support that claim. Even if they did, it is so easy to
I think we need to
fake
stop
that
this
I,
vote.
Shut up! I didn't have much. Now my turn's over. Go ahead.
I think it might be Hal.
Pesby, your defense.
Again, I can't do anything until I die.
I don't
But-
really know what Flair just said.
How?
But if he just casted doubt on
I'm listening.
Aurora,
I know.
and Aurora
that the demons
is next to
know
Hal, then either Hal's information is
what the available roles
fudged,
are.
or Hal could be the imp.
So you could be lying about being an empath.
Oh, I could be.
Pesby's eyes are cute. Yes, they very are.
6 nights in a row, I could be.
Yeah.
With different information each time, I could be. Oh, really?
Among Us again?
I know where you get your information.
All right, it is time to vote. Anybody can jump in with anything.
If this vote is wrong, the imp wins. Due to numbers. I don't have time to explain, but this vote must not go through.
What the hell is wrong with you?
It cannot go through!
We don't need to play the 6th game. We know.
With 4 votes, Pesby is on the block.
Dear God, thank you.
Do we? Do we what?
Do we have any other nominations?
I
By all means, I will live this down for the rest of my life.
Should I vote on Hal? I'm not confident in it.
Pesby nominates
But it could be
Hal.
anyone.
Please tell us why.
Do we actually know that it's Pesby? No! But this is endgame,
I know
right?
you're saying-
So I have to put my vote in, and I have to choose
I know you
what
wouldn't
I
lie.
think is most likely.
And I know you probably don't trust me because you voted for me.
I guess
But I'm
between
gonna
the
tell you
two,
right
I
now,
would think Pesby would be more
If you
risky.
want to win this game, you will vote for Hal. That is all I have to say.
If you want to win this game, if you want to win this game, Aurora, you will take the role that you have been given and collaborate with your fellow townspeople. I am sorry to speak so authoritatively and with such gusto. Oh my God! I have watched people die left and right while the person who did it is right.
Hal has evidence to support he's innocent. Pesby doesn't, but also Hal is more of the meta gamer and could be manipulating this whole thing.
Great.
My lungs have been expended. I believe in all of you.
Town, you need 5 or more votes to put Hal on the block, starting right now.
I am growing increasingly concerned that it might be Hal. I am voting on this.
I'm not sure.
You so disappoint me, Pseudo. You are so blind!
You're currently tied.
No.
Okay, Town has tied the vote. There is no one on the block.
Leave it here.
That is an equally acceptable outcome.
We'll bring it down to 3.
One more will die, and your blood, their blood, shall be on all of your hands.
If our vote tonight was wrong, though,
And it will likely be mine.
then evil wins. If we get one more day, we still have a chance.
He already lost his wife.
This town has brought me nothing but anguish.
That's the way you go about this.
If I know anything about Hal, he is very capable of using this as a bluff.
Vile.
I'm just an innocent dog.
10 seconds.
I'm gonna laugh really hard if Aurora just gets away with this being the most silent one the whole game.
I would actually be so fucked up if I was wrong this whole time, and it's not. That would make no sense, but I'd be so sad.
We need to talk about why that wouldn't make sense.
We have multiple times in detail.
Down. Nominations are now closed. You have no one on the block. I hope you're all happy with yourselves. There will be no dessert tonight. None. Good night.
But I want my cookies.
Unfortunately, I just used my vote.
And that's how I always get away with
I believe even though there was no elimination, I do not have my vote anymore. So it will all come down to sharing information now.
Maybe you guys play an instrument? Like,
The only thing that I have written down
oh, really? What do you play?
Yeah, you can see that video I shared.
that supports Hal's claims
Oh, right. Ulrich.
is that at some point, Hal was telling us his role, or no, he wasn't. Hal was telling us Sky's role, and that Sky said Aurora or someone else was a certain outsider. We never finished that information, though. So really, the only thing that I have to go off of is that Hal said Sky said Aurora's name, and therefore Aurora is innocent? But I don't have all the pieces to that puzzle to confirm that. You may be able to convince the town of the truth, whatever it is. We're going to need to think really fast once we see the next elimination, which might be nobody, because they may choose to eliminate someone who's already dead. And if they do, I don't know if that even narrows down who it could be. I wouldn't put it past any of these people who are alive at this point to not be metagaming right now. It's also why it's also important to play through to the end, even when you're dead. We can't confirm some of the information town has right now. If you can, absolutely, yeah, we're here till the end. We didn't learn anything yesterday. All I have is speculation. So here's what I know. Pesby has only the alibi that they've said they're the Raven's Keeper and therefore cannot do anything, and have done nothing this entire game. That's weak. We got a no when we were alive in the fortune teller. We were told that Kaigan is not the imp. I should have written down what night that happened on. I believe that happened after Jiro was eliminated. So if my information about Jiro previously being an imp is correct, and I was not poisoned, then we can believe that result. Either one of those statements could be wrong, though. The only thing we have to go off of with Hal, he has told us he's the empath, which means he knows about his neighbors. Now, he has been sharing information about his neighbors this entire time. But that could have been misdirection this entire time. And that, I think that would be a pretty clever role to try and pretend to be. Although, if he is so blazingly pretending to be, I was going to say, wouldn't the person who is actually the empath then come out and call him out? But we don't necessarily have that role. We don't have enough people to fill every role. So yeah, it's a risky thing to pretend to be, because someone else could have been that role and called you out, but it's a smart play, because it's constant misdirection. Storyteller might not allow this final night, but you could ask the town who can verify each living player. So like, just get everyone together and be like, everybody point at who you believe you know a role of. Or like, I think I said that poorly, but correctly. Everybody tell me, like, each person that you think you know their role and what that role is.
For some reason, I like synth drums way more than like petrol drums. Yeah. Don't know why.
Now to finish my thoughts here, Aurora, we got a no on. We were told no. They self-reported as Saint. And assuming that what your pal Hal shared with us before was that Sky told us someone was the Saint. She did, according to him, Sky did share that someone was the outsider. So Saint is in that list. So it's possible that Sky's full statement was, I know one of two people is the Saint. It's Aurora or blank. I don't know who blank is. So there is a decent amount of evidence that Aurora is indeed the Saint. More than some of the other people and what we're trying to believe about them. You have the idea, even in the circles. Can anyone confirm Hal? Yeah, can anyone confirm that Hal is the empath? Well, the only thing we have to go off of to confirm that is what he has been so open about, which is sharing info about his neighbors. I don't know how anybody could confirm that more than what we already have.
Hello, town.
Hello, storyteller.
I hope you slept well.
I didn't get any sleep.
I hope you're ready for this, but you only have 3 players remaining, and those 3 players.
Okay, so someone did get eliminated.
Esby and Kaigan. Aurora has died in the night.
Yay.
This is your final 3. The game is absolutely over after today, no matter what happens. We are going to say that there shall be no private discussions today. You must stay here and discuss. You're more than welcome to use the platform here. But now's the time to out any information you've been holding on to, because this is it.
Hagen, I have no... Yeah, good idea, actually.
All right. I'm bringing forth to the attention. No, this is my turn for the platform. You will wait down
Your
there.
turn was last turn. Get out!
Oh.
It was Flair who last time said that we shouldn't believe Aurora's
Listen,
role,
Kagan,
right? But
I'm
Aurora
appealing
got
straight to
eliminated.
you because I know you are safe. And I know that I don't have a great way to prove that I have been the... What was my real name? The person who sleeps and finds out who the people next to him are. Look. When I slept at the beginning of the game, I had one evil neighbor. That being the poisoner next to me, Goblin, self-confessed poisoner. I have one evil neighbor still now, and Aurora is dead. Who do you think it is? Please believe in me, because I believe in you.
How do we know you haven't been pretending that you are the empath this entire time and made up all of this information?
I've never played this game before, and I am a dog shit liar. Pseudo, I need you to trust me.
I never played before either. And I'm really bad at lying.
Oh, kudos to you.
No.
I don't think you must not be very bad at lying, considering there's 3 of us left, and one of them is still you.
If Pesby is the imp, why didn't Pesby eliminate Hal?
Kill me because it would be suspicious as shit. I'm the only one
on the platform. Listen to the
That's true. That's a good point.
Why would I kill Aurora? I feel like you did to accuse me of being the killer.
You know why you kill Aurora, because if you killed me, everyone would be like, oh, maybe Hal
we have
wasn't
double
suspicious.
crash.
Oh no.
Oh.
I just got
double crash?
Thank God, disappear.
Double crash.
Uh-oh.
I think they both just double crashed out.
Well, that's tough.
Crash.
Hal,
Yes.
I have a contradiction to you.
Okay, I'm listening, please.
If you are an empath and you have had somebody next to you that is evil every day, you could have had a recluse next to you consistently.
Yes, but Jiro was the recluse and was dead, and I was never fully next to him, because the poisoner was alive when Jiro died!
But were they? Because they'll still show up.
What do you mean, but were they? Yes!
They will show up alive or dead as still somebody evil next to you. So you could be making false accusations.
Okay, so who would that make? Kagan? Do you think Kagan is the fucking...
How do we know that Jiro was the recluse?
Exactly, it could have been Aurora.
They did say
The
it?
recluse could have been Aurora.
I don't think I picked that up when they said it. Although they could have been lying to misguide us.
I am going to vomit my entire brain out through my skull. You are all insane.
We will give a few more minutes here for people to get back. So feel free to keep making public claims. Or, you know.
You know what? Matter of fact, everything I've said is met with suspicion. I have nothing more to say. In my position, I'll argue it no further. Hagen, it's really on you, brother.
Wow.
And I believe.
Hal has been accusing everybody.
I have been accusing one person for the past 3 fucking nights.
Can I turn on shout?
You accused your partner.
It's really quiet standing around this circle.
Just go stand up on the platform. That's the same.
Hello. Oh, yeah.
I'm saying nothing more. I got nothing.
Feel free.
You've heard me. Just jump in.
Hello, yes. Hi, it is me, the investigator.
Yes.
Hello.
It was with the heavy hearts to find out that I died. But it's with a heavier heart that I say that after running the math, none of my information may have been helpful. And I can only assume to have been poisoned on the one night that I needed the information. If that had happened, I may actually cry. Thank you for your time.
Are you waiting to speak, Aurora?
Yeah, you're good.
I don't have anything valuable to help with this vote, but I have been reviewing my notes, trying to figure out of the three left alive, who I am most suspicious of, and I don't have strong evidence pointing any direction. The only thing I have to suggest that Pesby is not the imp is that they have self-reported as the Raven Keeper. The easiest role to claim to be because it can't do anything until you're dead. It's a weak alibi and it's very suspicious. Kaigan, as the fortune teller, I asked one night if you were the imp, and the answer was no. But I could have been poisoned, and that information could be wrong. And Hal, I have what you have been telling me, but nothing strong to support that everything you've been saying is true. And of everybody here, I think you are one of the most likely people to be metagaming this right now. So I am equally suspicious of everyone here.
That's very kind of you. That helps nothing.
You're welcome.
No, I've got equal suspicion on both of them. There's not enough pointing at either.
You,
Yeah, it's down
So
to me because it's between you two.
What is your role, Kaigan?
Soldier.
And
That's why we didn't have a death one night, because they targeted me.
but how do we know they targeted you? They could have just targeted someone who's dead.
They could have, yes.
I don't really have anything to add to the actual game or voting. I've had someone in chat, Delta would have seen it, who's been giving high praise to Ari and Delta in the game, and so far I agree.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
That doesn't further any murdering.
They've played this multiple times, apparently.
They put up with me yelling like a motherfucker, so I can agree with that.
Everybody owes Ari and Delta thanks for putting this together and being willing to host
Absolutely.
us. Thank you.
Again, I request that you hold your compliments and or complaints until the end. Because you might complain more. I don't know.
Alright. I'm calling one last final words to the stand for the saying is that there's been nothing but a blame game between the two, Pez and Hal. And albeit that we have... You shut your face hole. There's been one person that has been silent most of this game. May have been deflected off of death. But Kaigan, I believe you are the final demon. That is all I will say. Hal, you can be silenced.
Flair, what are you doing? You make no sense. What did you say on this? What did you say on the podium about Aurora yesterday before they got killed? Do not listen to Flair. Flair makes absolutely no sense.
Chaos. I just wanted to say, if Hal's correct, then the only two people to come visit me at the church were both bad. And if that's true, I'm also gonna cry.
I'm very sorry, Monk. I'm very sorry that happened.
That's a fair point.
I think Hal is correct, and I think Pisby is the imp, but if I'm wrong, I won't be getting any sleep tonight. I will be so upset.
Hal's the one that's been instigating most of the votes.
I know!
It's because I have the information! The only information that makes any sense!
You're the only one that claims to have information.
Oh my god.
Out through the front of my face. It's gonna come out.
This is incredibly entertaining.
I agree, Mace. I agree.
The thing is, it could be you!
I don't think it's Keegan.
Well, we've heard a lot of accusations flying around. It's now time to put your pitchforks and axes where your mouths are.
Which ghosts have a vote left?
Who's gonna get nominated?
No, like two people, two ghosts have a vote left.
I know I don't.
Your pal would like to
How?
once again nominate Pesby.
Hal nominates Pesby. Hal, please tell us why. In 1 second, when Delta, it's Delta not here. Oh my God.
I'm fine. Look, I have said it ad nauseum. I get why you don't trust me. I really do. I understand. And if you really insist on putting me to death, then so be it. We all lose. But look, I have had a consistent pointer directly towards the one person next to me that was left past the third night this whole fucking time, or whatever night it was. I don't care about the numbers. And if you don't believe me, that's on you, and we all die. Capiche?
Pesby, your defense.
And how? Why would I kill Aurora? Because I feel like you killed
Because if
Aurora.
you killed me,
because
that's suspicious!
he was more on your side than Kagan ever was. So you
Yes, which is why you
killed him to think that they accuse me of me killing him.
Oh my
because he's more killable.
More killable? More killable? Oh my god.
Is time
Chat
to
would just
vote.
like me to say, Hal, you have the
You need
information
two
that
more.
makes sense, but it makes too much sense.
Oh, it makes too much sense, does it? Isn't that lovely?
Doesn't matter, I don't have a vote.
Yeah, I'm split evenly between you two because
I'm split evenly.
you're very loud, you're very quiet.
Damn
it
right.
makes both suspicious. So.
Uh-huh.
Okay, with 2 votes, Pesby is on the block. Do we have any other nominations?
I wonder what happens next.
Don't know.
You know what?
Well, the only ghost who can save it is Gob. They're the only ghost who has a vote left.
Aurora has a vote, they just died. They haven't gotten a chance to vote as a ghost.
Aurora still has their vote.
Don't crash, Aurora. This game comes down to you.
Oh no, all of a sudden I crash.
Welcome back.
I will say final call for nominations. Pesby.
You already know mine. Wow.
You sure do.
Pesby
You sure do.
nominates Hal. Pesby, please tell us why.
Got my ears open. What's up, demon?
I mean, I think I already explained myself.
Oh, you did. Did you? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
You voted
Yeah,
for
you can
Aurora, or you killed Aurora to accuse me of killing him.
Oh, I killed Aurora. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How could you have?
Yeah, how could I do that to you, Aurora? That's crazy. Are you done with your candle?
And you get away with this the whole game. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
be
done.
super impressed.
All right, that's
Okay.
excellent.
Hal, your defense.
If you really want me to talk about the dead Aurora in the room, which I will, obviously, should Pesby kill me, that's the only one you had your suspicions on. Obviously. And if I die, where does all the suspicion naturally flow? I'm not gonna name any names, but there's only 3 people alive, and one of them is Pesby. Yeah, all the suspicion would flow onto the fucking corpse. Get a grip! Anyways, I'd like to conclude by saying nuh-uh.
Well, in that case, it's time to collect the votes. You need 3 or more. A 2 would be a tie.
I support this
I
vote
would've
because
killed
I'd
you
sleep
already.
better at night
3 would
if we were
put
wrong about
Hal on
Hal.
the block.
Or wrong about Pesby, I mean.
Oh no.
Town, you have put
Feel
Hal
that?
on the block with 3 votes. Are there
Feel
any
that?
other
You
nominations?
lost. You killed yourselves. Am I proud of you? No. Am I sorry for you? Very.
I'm okay with the
Now,
cute
I will
Arctic Fox
say
winning.
That Pesby and Hal have both been nominated, so they may not be nominated again. Kaigan, the only option left is for you to nominate yourself. Would you like to do so?
No, let's see how it ends.
Well, Town,
I'm just gonna be straight up upset if Kaigan, you were the imp.
I am
Nothing
here
ever
to
happened.
inform you
Right, face.
that this game has now concluded. This game is over, and let us talk for a minute about who might be who. I request absolute silence at this moment because this is called our Grim Reveal, and this is where you figure things out. And you might also learn when you were personally poisoned or drunk or whatnot. So, yes, please keep comments until after. Let's first talk about our first death. Charius. Charius was our dear librarian who was unfortunately executed by the town. Next up to die was Mr. Flare.
Fuck, it was Pesby.
Mr. Flare was your chef, who unfortunately was poisoned the first day. And the one they received was not correct. Town next did not kill anyone, and then set their sights on poor Jiro. Jiro was the real recluse, who registered as evil multiple times this game. Sheem was next to die. Sheem was... your monk, who protected Hal, protected Goblin, and then was killed. Goblin was next to die. Goblin was your poisoner, who poisoned Flare to start, then Hal, then Pseudo, then Ulrich, and then was executed by the town. Next to die was Pseudo. Pseudo was actually your fortune teller, who learned between Sheem and Flare there was no demon. Between Jiro and Goblin there was a demon. Then got poisoned and learned between Jiro and themselves there was a demon. And finally between Aurora and Kagan there was no demon. Next
I did get poisoned, but it was not on a night we suspected.
I'm not sure who got the information they got, but they were correct. Hazard was your Scarlet Woman. Ooh. And town executing the Scarlet Woman at this point meant the demon could not jump to the Scarlet Woman. So town eliminated a path that the demon could have taken. Next,
Resonite!
Was Ulrich.
Welcome in. You are catching just the tail end of this, but thank you for the follow.
Ulrich was your investigator who was murdered by the demon. And finally, you have Aurora, who was your real and correct saint. That left you with your final three. And you have chosen to kill Hal. Hal was your empath.
He was telling the truth this whole time!
Hagen was your soldier who absorbed a kill in the night. That was the night you had no deaths. And of course, that means Pesby was your very elusive imp who pushed all suspicion onto the empath for the evil win in this game of Trouble Brewing. Please, a large thank you to Delta. This game would not have run so smoothly without them. I hope all of you had an amazing time. And don't worry. Everybody's graves are right over there. Everybody's names have been moved to the graveyard. The winning team is all that remains. Congratulations, Evil. You may now celebrate. And it is a well-deserved win. It was actually a very close game, so do not be sad if you're a good team. Boy, it really did come down to the last possible second. Good job, everyone.
Flare, quit showing off your full body tracking. I can't do that. That's incredible, though. I need to get that set up.
Well, I mean, I spent a lot of money for my full body, so.
Oh, I know. I just created a list of what I would need, and I'm like, holy crap, this is like $3 grand worth of gear.
I got pull you aside for a second for saying I seen you set up the throne. You're lying about your not expensive taste.
I know. Pesme, you're not invited next time. I'm just kidding. Good job. That was incredible.
Clap, clap.
Good game.
Very proud.
My Discord icon's literally a demon imp. You should have known.
I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Where am I? Here I am. Wait. I wasn't publicly executed. I died in the night. I wasn't publicly executed.
Shovel.
Right?
It's fine.
It's a shovel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually like type in the deaths.
Yes.
Yeah, it's neat.
On day 2. Man, I even. The only downside that I died so early is I struggled so hard to get my model in here, and then I just
Thank you for the head pat, Pesme. Good game. Sorry, I didn't mute that time. Everybody heard that.
Ah.
How dare you?
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
I'm sorry.
Also, Suda,
Yeah.
I'm so lucky that you didn't check
Proof I'm
me
innocent.
ever.
Oh my god, yeah. I was going, I think I'd have to go back and check my VOD, but I'm pretty sure I was going to the night I died, so thank you for that.
It didn't work for Hal though.
Yeah.
I was waiting for my chance to do that, and then it just never came, and I'm like, you're kidding. You gotta be kidding me.
Admittedly, I understand. I should have pulled back. I should have been very calm the next few nights. I cannot believe you dead people were like, oh, I'm dead. It's gotta be the guy who keeps fucking reinforcing what they know every time.
Listen. I think you got angry at me for saying that Hazard was Scarlet Woman when I was indeed correct.
No, you're right. You were.
So,
I was more generally upset that no one
You know what I'm pissed about?
Information was actually on
Hydrate,
the
you
first
bastard!
day.
Hydrate!
They got a sober and correct 1. They were poisoned the second day, so we told them a 0, which pointed kind of a little bit towards the Saint, right? And then for the remainder of the game, it was just all 1s. It literally became a meme each night, right?
Wow.
That's hilarious. No wonder you were so frustrated.
Now we gotta make a meme of that.
Oh my god. You, Pesme,
Myself for chaos.
joined a conversation and like the first night and I kicked you out, and then the second night and I was like, you know what are the odds it's Pesme, like next to 0?
like
Fine, you're allowed in. And that was such a big mistake.
Really?
I was like, I have no information on why I should trust you, so my instinct is to kick you out, but fuck, whatever, you're allowed in. Wrong decision. And then I spent like half the game just talking to you exclusively because everyone else would always run off and talk to other people. I was in cahoots with the imp this whole time.
I am legit shocked. I did not think that the evil team was going to be able to pull that off, but wow, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was quite the game.
Can I ask real quick for everyone? Because we have the 2 players left alive and we have all these for a photo, can every dead player stand on their grave and the 2 live players stand at the 2 graves that are in front of everything?
You got it.
I crashed at the reveal.
No!
I don't know if anyone noticed that you wasn't there for that. Stream. Man. I had my popcorn.
Say
ready.
cheese.
Cheese!
Or just scream. That
So
way,
human
you
when
know,
fall
you'll
flat?
all
I
have
don't know,
open
Shadow.
happiness.
It's low on the priority list, I gotta be honest with you.
Towards your grave and everyone look up that way.
It literally doesn't work because you're all
I've
like
watched-
ghosts with no mouths, but, you know.
I've watched many hours of Blood on the Clocktower, and I was torn between is Pesme just quiet and is Hal just passionate? Yes, Erdenshire, I was with you. I couldn't make a decision. I wish I got a clear recluse claim form.
Oh, Giro's running on, Tiny.
What was their name? Oh yeah, Jiro, the one who confirmed who was the. Yes, yeah, we were missing information that everyone else had about Jiro for sure. What are they doing right now?
Yay, we all died!
We died.
Where's the cam? Oh, I was facing more at the camera before.
Good job, Besby.
Raven's Keeper is tough to play legitimately as a new player too.
Where the Scarlet Woman accusation came from? We were literally just trying to like throw ideas out, me and Sheem in the church. And again, I was trying to get as much information as I could. So I read the Scarlet Woman, and I was like, well, if we all thought it was Goblin, and we're still here, that would probably mean that the role of him went to someone else. So it was wrong, but it was still correct.
Yeah, it could have definitely happened. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I was misled this whole game. Everything I knew was a lie.
Well, everybody did an amazing job. Like Pseudo, you were stating that, God, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you were stating some like very like complex thing could have just occurred, and I was like, oh my gosh, it
I had
absolutely could have.
I had help,
but wow, that's really smart.
I had help. I had great help in my chat, and we were working together, and we still lost.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Erdshire.
Nice.
Me and VT were talking very vehemently trying to figure this out. And we were wrong every fucking time.
Oh my god.
Chat was just as confused as I was.
I'm so sad that we didn't get to talk, Flare. You got eliminated, and we never got the chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get to talk to someone too.
Look how small you guys are.
We're done being dead zoned right now, so I can for the final part of the stream.
Tiny Fox, Tiny Fox, Tiny Fox.
Oh yeah, everybody can switch out of their dead avatars if you want to take a. If you want to take a picture, you know, not in the graveyard or in the graveyard, we can do
that again.
Photo.
Sorry, what? This is very entertaining.
Yeah, my chat was no help because they could see my role.
Hey.
They still kept throwing shade at me.
Oof, that's hilarious.
I wonder why.
How do you leave your go back to your default? Just go into inventory? Or
You
what?
go to your inventory, click it a single time, and then press equip.
Yeah, okay. Wait. There it is. This is what I was using, so there we go.
I see one of the graves is the Undertaker's shovel.
It's Hal's.
So if a player wasn't killed during the game, but they're on the losing team, don't worry, the grave will be dug. It's just not ready quite yet.
Yes.
I was wondering if that or if it was for the Undertaker curse.
Well, right.
Raven's Keeper is tough to play as an experienced Raven Keeper or an experienced Raven Keeper. We'll try to we'll try to claim a role that is valuable for the demon to kill so they can get info. Ah, yeah, that totally makes sense. That definitely would be a logical play. Blame the chat. Blame the chat. No, don't blame the chat. It's my bad. I built the wrong world in my head. I mean, we were both like working together there, thinking the same things. Like it made sense to me too.
What can I say?
When you're dead, you're still part of the game. Absolutely. I wish I could have jumped in more, but it was getting hard to like find groups to talk to, respect the limit of 3 rule, like work within the time frame. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to jump into next and what conversations to have. Press F5 to go into third person. Yes, I have played with that before. I showed off the avatar earlier. I don't have huge reasons.
Stream also.
I don't know how to work this quite.
What happened?
Is anyone else continuing on
There you go.
doing whatever else? Because otherwise, I don't know.
Am I still
Rage, I
streaming?
don't know whatever else, and I'm just gonna end my night. It's 1 a.m. I'm tired.
Yes, it is time
It
for me
was
to
a long
end
game,
stream
yeah.
as well. Is anyone here streaming that's going to keep going?
Me.
All right, Jiro. You're always on late. I'm sending people your way.
Jiro, what are you playing?
Look fully to one side or the other.
I'm gonna play Balatro.
Oh yeah. They're just whatever else, so it cuts out super easy. One. I need to.
Yeah, my chat still says I'm streaming.
But
All right, if you're hanging out with me, we're gonna go right over to Jiro. They're gonna continue streaming for a little bit longer. Give them some love. Give them a follow. They're an absolute wonderful
Listen,
member of the
you
community
looked
here, and I'm so
amazing
glad
for
I got
4
to collab with them.
seconds,
I gotta walk away from these guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thank you all for the help in the game, and I hope you had a good time, and hopefully I'll see you guys again. I'm gonna definitely have some conversations with those that were part of this tonight and see if this is something that we could run again in the future. So if you would like to hear about it next time, be sure to join the Discord here. Here's the link, and I'll post some details in there once I have them. I'm leaving now. Bye. Bye, Summer. Have a good night. All right, let's head over to Jiro. Thank you all so much again for hanging out.